play in today's game, and to the sideline here will stand Riley Dix. Not out there reading the defense today. He's still out there with a broken wrist. So it will be once again the former slot, now quarterback, Jared Toshak, under center here for the Brisbane Rhinos.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to what Toshak can do. The amounts we've seen him this year, Kenny, has looked very, very likely under centre.
Toshak now scored against the Bayside Ravens last week. We'll hand off to Riley Wood. Wood's broken away on the first play from scrimmage. The Brisbane Rhinos, on their first play from scrimmage, have opened their playoff account with a touchdown.
Incredible run there, Kenny. Interesting to first play, run up the middle. Talking to Coach Harkness before the game, did actually state that both starting guards are missing from today's game, and that was an area of not so much concern. He had a lot of confidence in the guys stepping into the both the left and right guard role today, and opening play, run straight behind those guys, and outstanding touchdown run to get on the board early.
And didn't Riley read that defense well?
Fantastic.
PAT upcoming here for Fenwick.
We know this guy can kick.
Fenwick, though, has been kicking some long field goals in practice. We'll get to that in a second. This PAT is successful. 7-0. The score now. So, Brisbane Rhinos wasting no time, not needing a quarterback on that play. Riley Wood handling that all the way from his own 35.
Yeah, outstanding run by Riley Wood. Not just with a good blocking up front, and he found a nice hole, but also good individual efforts to break tackles, and his breakaway speed down the sideline was outstanding. Thought the safety may have had the angle on him, but steps inside of him, and we have the opening score for this semi-final. 55-yard carry by Monmouths. Start their day. Can't ask for much of a better start than that. No, now we get to see what young Ben Goff can do for the Raptors, but probably not quite as young anymore.
Not anymore. It's odd for me as well. He popped up to the commentary booth during the junior game there. He was raring to go. Did have a brace on his hand, which I questioned him about. I asked if that contributed to some of his fumbles. He was credited, I think, for 3 fumbles last week. Only lost one of them, which ironically was, in my opinion, the least fumble of all of them. I thought he was down. But he claimed that it had nothing to do with it. He said they were just good plays made by defense. And he said he shouldn't expect it to affect there. The Rhinos are lucky to not be called for being offside on that kickoff.
Yeah, I thought very similar, Kenny.
This is a very deep kick, but it'll be out and returned here by Robbie Barwick.
Nice return.
And the athlete from the Sunshine Coast will get this ball all the way out to his own 31. Nope, they're walking back. Inside the 30 it goes.
Good patience on the run there, Kenny. Nice little stiff arm there. Another one. Just run out. Nice return. Good field position.
So actually, by the end of it, 27 seems to be the starting point here for the Moreton Bay Sunshine Coast Raptors Spartans, Raptans as I will also call them today. And it'll be Jordan Nafua winning the starting job here from this week's training. Wanted to sling it down the seam early. Fletcher Patterson, the intended receiver. Too much pepper on that pass, but last week at this very field, covering this very offense, we saw 3 different quarterbacks take place, maybe even 4 if memory serves correctly. Jordan got most of that. He got 2 quarters of play there. Actually, neither quarterback was at their second practice this week, both on Mondays. And I asked Vinny Tupie about it. How did you decide it? He goes, he believes the football IQ was probably won out by Jordan Nafua, and that's the quarterback they're rolling with here in today's important matchup. Passing again on second down. We'll have to run, loads and throws, and incomplete. In fact, intercepted. That is Sam Bull taking the ball away from the Spartan Raptors. Thought for a second that was an orange uniform. It was not. It was a red one.
Now, if you're, if you're Coach Harkness, you can't ask for a better start, can you? First opening play, 54-yard touchdown run, and now second play on defense to get an interception. That's the ball that Jordan would probably like to have back, I think, under a bit of pressure there. In fact, under a lot of pressure. tries to get rid of it, and unfortunately, Bull gets underneath it.
Oh, we've only seen 3 scrimmage plays so far. A touchdown, an incomplete, and an intercept. First down. And it'll go to Dean Latumahina. Tries to bounce it outside. Tackle made there, I think, from Mark Stinson. These black numbers a little hard to make out in the midday shadows.
Very, very difficult, aren't they, Kenny? It was good to outside contain there. Not a lot to work with for the run game. Tries to bounce it outside, but solid contain, meaning that, yeah, we only see a 1 yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 9.
As we see 2nd down and 9 upcoming. For his first pass attempt, Toshak looking for the flat. That was Fenwick. Pass incomplete. Now we have 3rd and long.
Fenwick's a man of many talents, isn't he, Kenny? Obviously, we've seen him in the kicking game, out there at receiver as well. He's an exciting young player for this Rhinos team. As we see them now coming out for 3rd and long.
Toshak managed to complete a couple of passes. Definitely did more of his damage as a quarterback in the run game against the Ravens last week. Needs 9 yards here. Latumahina goes to his right-hand side. Picks up a blitzer. Toshak throwing long to Taylor. Taylor had it in both hands. And it slips out like a bar sack.
Look, good ball there by Toshak. I like the blitz pick up here in the middle. Make the adjustment at pre-snap. Picks up the blitz. Gives Toshak's time. It's a great ball. Just unfortunately,
trying to figure out where the sun is right here at Deception Bay Sports Centre.
Looking for rain, Kenny. It's like, no, I don't think we can blame the wet ball.
No, right. It might have been right in the eyes there of Taylor. And here we go.
Here we go.
Field goal
for the brand.
So this ball is on the
that's
34.
51. Oh yeah, here we go.
Made a 58-yarder allegedly in practice. So this should be academic. Has failed to make one beyond 30 so far. It sounds good, but does it look good?
Oh,
it does
had the
not.
Distance.
Off target there. I think it was wide left.
Yeah.
So a missed field goal here on the Rhinos' 2nd offensive possession. A good stand here from the Sunshine Coast Moreton Bayside.
I think one of the things that for people at home, Kenny, is around the field goal. I saw the snap there was just a little bit high, which means the holder took it okay, but was a little bit delayed in getting it down. That actually messes with the kicker's timing of his routine. So either he's already into the steps and the ball's down late, so when he's not making contact of it, the ball still might be bobbling or moving, or it makes him pause his step count, which then it causes some problems as well. So he's still got plenty on that though.
So many different factors involved in the simple kicking of a football. First down and 10, Raptors. Before got the tall with Goff to his left. Will hand off to Goff. Goff's first carry of the day is a good one. Picks up 6, maybe 7 yards. Flags down late though, coming here from the back judge.
Generally that's not a good sign, Kenny. That's usually a hold. Now we know offensive linemen don't hold, but in this case...
Well, it's a former offensive lineman throwing the flag in Nigel Law.
Yeah, okay. There's, I think that's what we're looking at. The Raptors are backing up, so it seems to think they are fully aware of what's going on here.
I believe that's Andrew Calverley, white hat official for this game.
Solid first run by Ben Goff, though. Good to see him back out there.
Indeed, it's been a couple of years. Decided to make the comeback this year. He did mention, slight complaint here. He goes, it's been about 10 years since he had to play a game at noon. First down, double sticks, 20 yards is now the task. Nafolo got the dollar, hands back straight to Ben Goff, and the tackle is made a few yards past the line of scrimmage.
Obviously a bit far away here, Kenny, but I thought maybe there's a little bit of face mask in that. But anyway, Ben's not, Goff's not arguing, so not a bad start. Yes, Kenny, interesting the start time today.
Indeed, yes. Obviously, they had to make the late change, and I might have covered this the junior game, but this game was supposed to be played at Logan much later in the day, but Logan's fields, unfortunately, with all the rain in southeast Queensland right now, absolutely drenched, and I can confirm was at Bears practice on Wednesday. There was the grass was high and the puddles were deep, so complete justified reasoning to moving this game, and seemingly Deception Bay seems to miss all the rain here in southeast Queensland, being a little further north. So the field actually has been dry for the last 2 days, leading to a pretty good conditions out there today for this playoff matchup. But they do also have an event here, the Moreton Bay Council, from 4 p.m. or at least starting bump in from 4 p.m. So we've been given a curfew. We all need to be out of here by 4 p.m.
By 3:30 we're packing up, and last one out, turn off the lights.
Indeed. Well, let's turn on the lights in this case.
Yeah, actually, fair point.
3rd down, 15. Before got the no changing quarterback again. A pass completed there. That's Schlatter. Heavy contact at the end of the catch. Catch is made, but I guess the starting job is only guaranteed for a drive or two because Tanner Stellan is in there throwing passes.
It was a good ball too. Solid contact there across the middle, and good to see offensive lineman downfield going to the bat for his receiver. So we're probably going to see the punt unit come out here, Kenny, I would suggest.
No, if you take away some of those penalties, that pass would have been
correct
conversion. Onside is 2020.
Looks like we've got 23. Trying James back for a return. You'd probably be trying to kick away from him if you have watched any film on him over the last few years.
Last decade, really, but that'll lead me to another topic I'm yet to cover. This punt here from Verbakel will bounce in front of James. Friendly bounce for him. Right into his lap he goes, and here goes Cheyenne James. Shows inside, jukes outside, and gets ragdolled out of bounds at the Rhinos 27. Usually the man returning there is in jersey number 1, Calder Shanks. Calder Shanks not officially listed on the inactives list today, here given to me from Coach Harkness, but I have had to highlight him in red. He will only be used as a break in case of emergency situation. A bit of a flare-up and an ankle injury he carried in from last year's Sun Bowl. In fact, semi-final, I believe. And could not continue for today. They thought it would be dangerous for him to participate for today. We'll see how that translates in a week's time if relevant. So I don't expect a whole lot of Calder Shanks today. And on top of that, the injury list, or the light duties list, doesn't end there. Toshak. Hand off there. That was a good fake. I was still looking at Toshak. And this is taking his first carry in almost 7 weeks by my count. JJ Camargo, who broke his fibula back in week 3 against the Ravens. The Wandanopolis Hawks player, the Brazilian, managing to get back after recovering from a lower leg break.
I'm pretty certain, Kenny, we were at that game, and
He got carried off.
Did quite well. Looks like we've got a holding penalty here, Kenny.
Well, he'll be disappointed. He thought he had a pretty solid carry there for his first touch in his return, but just to confirm other injuries there, Mitchell Bradford thought he'd be returning from his foot injury, but he, by our official diagnosis, had broken his 5th metatarsal, and also known as a Jones fracture, and thought he was good, has been trying to train on it the last 2 weeks. Toshak throws a duck downfield, and a pass was intended for Taylor, incomplete. But yes, unfortunately.
So 5th metatarsal, Kenny, that would be the pinky toe, wouldn't it?
I believe so. But here I thought it was a hip injury this whole time, but I think that was separate injuries.
Yeah.
But
right there.
On top of the broken fibula there for go back to JJ Camargo, apparently he's also got a broken toe that he's recovering from, separate to the initial injury. So he's a tough son of a gun, as they'd say.
Looks like he's back out there this play as well.
Just saw him close up there, centre Ryan Glassman, who's also rocking a new skin fade haircut. 2nd and 15. Fake. Toshak over the middle. He finds Fenwick, and they'll grab a couple yards out of it.
So on that play there, Kenny, the man we just spoke about, Ryan Glasson, with his outstanding haircut and boots, pulls around the corner here fantastically. He's a long way upfield when that ball is thrown. But
missed that one.
I saw the pull and went, this looks good, and then I saw the quarterback still with it. I'm like, oh, this is bad.
He might be He obviously was then confused for a tight end. He might lose his lineman.
I'll tell you
Might
what.
lose his lineman card at that rate. 3rd down and
Moved
12.
like a whippet.
That new haircut, he shed the weight.
Oh, absolutely.
That extra
Real fast.
8 grams of hair.
Aerodynamics.
Holding him back. There's Toe Shack. Good pocket. Gets a whole lot of time to throw. Sidearms it though. Pass intended to returning receiver Adam Cole. He's back from some broken ribs. Unfortunately for the Rhinos, falls incomplete. So a big stand here for this Moreton Bay Sunshine Coast side, forcing a 3 and out.
Really good try that again. Really good pass protection there from the Rhinos offensive line. I just don't think Toshak actually realised how much time he had, or maybe even a little bit uncomfortable with it. You do have that clock in your head, and you sort of rush yourself to get rid of it, but you had plenty of time there, which I think you'd be happy to see that as the day goes on. They've already taken a couple of deep shots, and it's only a matter of time till he connects to some of those. Great punch.
Long kick here. And it's going to go over the head of the returner and Robbie Barwick, and he'll just watch that go into the end zone. Didn't touch it, so all is safe there. But he talked about flipping field position. That just quite literally flipped the field position.
That is a huge kick. A little bit flat, but regardless, if that had popped up just a little bit on that 1 yard line, that is a for the brand moment. We've seen a bit of that from him this year in terms of his kicking game. Fenwick has been very, very consistent in that kicking game, and has been probably one of the more valuable players on this Rhinos team this year.
Shout out to a couple of NFL fan pages tuning in today. I think a couple of podcasts and a couple of fan pages have found their way to Gridiron Queensland. Big shout out to you and everyone else who may be joining us within Queensland, interstate, and of course overseas. 1st down and 10. Raptors. Ben Goff finds a fair bit of space. Big wide gap for him to take advantage of, and he runs it down for a good 1st down gain.
Really good downfield blocking there by number 14, Fletcher Patterson as well. You see Benny Goff get through the line here, and he starts to bounce it outside. He sees that block, just doesn't quite get round it. Otherwise, he was gone. He had a paddock in front of him. Okay,
so in the junior game, literally close to 0 wind, but I'm just starting to feel the Bayside Doctor pick up a little bit here. It's heading in the direction, I guess you'd say, in the face of the Raptors right now, edging towards the near side sideline. Ben Goff will have a lot of work today. A high tackle in many other sports there, but no face mask grasp. Malachi Relton Stewart taking him down.
Looks like it's the 1st down for the Raptors. And see the rotation at quarterback again, Kenny?
Yeah, back to Jordan Fogg at the door.
Correct.
So obviously a 2 quarterback system here.
Yeah, you know the old saying about 2 quarterbacks, Kenny?
If you've got 2,
you don't
got
have 1.
3.
Oh yeah, right.
Sorry, I knew exactly where you're going. I had to break the cliche.
Just warm my shoulder up, mate. Half-time call-up.
Oh, here I thought you were warming up to give me an uppercut. Here we go, a shake and bake here, and that's Tanner back at quarterback now. Completion made to Schlatter! Schlatter's got no one in front of him!
Wow!
Touchdown, Raptors!
Great ball.
What do we know? Throwing anyone at quarterback.
We don't know much. That is incredible. So the quarterback rotation again that we said, well, obviously we don't know anything. Great deep ball, got lost in coverage, and that's a very, very rare mistake by Chine James on that play, I believe.
Yeah, well,
I think he just lost track of the deep third there, and
well, here's the thing about them switching quarterbacks. The DBs aren't getting a rhythm or a depth perception based on the arm strength or what's available to them. Maybe this is a stroke of genius.
But with that said, in warm-ups, we saw Jordan throw an absolute dime for about 30 yards to the corner of the end zone, so he can sling it.
Trying to take the lead here.
Oh, I like this move.
Schlatter move from receiver to running back. They'll pitch, reverse, fumble. They will stay 1 point behind. So
incredible touchdown play.
Incredible touchdown play. Let's take a look at it again, in fact.
Yeah, sounds good. I'd like to see it. Look at the cut block there from Benny Goff, and then we just see. No, it wasn't Chime James. Sorry, my mistake. Take that back, Chime. Tyson just gets a little bit flat-footed there. As you said, loses that depth perception on the deep ball. He said not sure what sort of threat there is in terms of how deep to cover, and gives up the big play. And we've got a game on our hands here, Kenny.
Yes, we do. And still in the first quarter here, seeing some explosive plays.
Very, very explosive first quarter.
And something I didn't actually mention on kickoff because we didn't get to audio air at that point there. The Raptors playing a few head games. There are 4 Rhinos, former Rhinos playing on their roster right now. For the coin toss, they sent out all 4 of them to greet
I'm a massive fan of that move, Kenny.
the new batch of Rhinos captains. So we've seen those sort of head games played before on all levels of football, and returning this right now and possibly losing it was Bailey Toddle. Riley Wood recovers.
Keen to see more of Riley Wood today, actually, in the backfield for the Rhinos. Oh, just slips on the turf there. Runs into, oh no, thought he runs into his own player for a second. It's like, oh.
Turf monster coming up and forcing fumbles. First down and 10 here. Coming here for their 4th possession now, the Brisbane Rhinos. A punt on their last possession, an awfully long one, however. A missed field goal, the one prior to that. First down and 10. Wood scored on his first touch. Tries to spin out of a tackle here, advances his ball out beyond his own 30. They'll mark him down, I believe, right on the 30.
That's going to hurt his rushing average today, Kenny.
It might. Calder Shanks, I'm just looking on the sideline there, being tasked with offensive coordinator duties. He's the one signalling the plays in. Usually it's head coach and caller, Sam Harkness, but he's also sending signals out, so who knows what sort of dual system they got.
Correct. I believe early in the season we watched the Stingrays Rhinos game. Similar strategy as well, where they had two or three signal callers.
Second down and 7 from the 30-yard line. Quick throw here. They're looking for, based on where the lineman ended up, a bit of a receiver screen there. Pass falling incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether that was a missed coverage read or whether or not there was just the ball was overcooked. The wind is behind him at the moment, so it may have pushed it off a little bit there.
Well, the wind's picked up a little bit, enough to start knocking down empty coffee cups. Jared Toshak, easy to forget, he's only in his second official start at quarterback.
He's looked pretty good so far, Kenny.
Third down and 7 from the 30. Backing away from a shown blitz here, but they send pressure from the outside, enough to disrupt the pass intended there for Toddle in the blue helmet. Incomplete, and we might see another punt here from the Brizzy Rhinos.
I love the pressure that the Raptors brought on that play, Kenny, off this edge. You can see here that the tackle gets caught up on a double team. I'm not sure whether he just didn't identify the assignment or whether or not he was sliding away from that, which looks like it was potentially a slide left protection, which left the outside backer able to get a pretty clear run there and create some great pressure.
Just getting distracted with the Gridiron Queensland committee behind us throwing water bombs at each other. Fourth down here. Fenwick with an impressive punt on his first. Looking to equal that now. Whoa. Ooh. Okay, I thought we were going to go for a higher punt here. Keeps it end over end line drive. Returnable here for Barwick. Robbie Barwick, though, beats the first defender, and the rest of the troops come in and handle the job. They stop him right at the 20.
Interesting strategy that with the low punt. I mean, it doesn't give your coverage team a lot of time to get down there with that. No, I don't know. It seems from that footage it was an intentional move, because once it hits the ground like that, it is very hard to field. Does do an okay job at getting a return from there, but by the time it sort of scrubs, bounces up, the return team takes possession of it and gets moving. I mean, that does sort of help with the coverage as we saw there. It was great coverage in the end, but yeah, it's not your traditional methodology behind that. But hey, if it works, all for it.
Long snapper Glasson and cornerback Jeremy Cowles making the tackle there, but it's also interesting with the wind at your back. I know it's not completely be at your back there, and also keeping it low. You kind of want to send that and let it carry it. Nice draw play here for Ben Goff. Ben Goff stiff arms one defender, breaking another tackle before he's taken down from behind, but not before getting the first down.
That was a really good tackle there from Edmundston, I believe it was. Good run there by Goff. Great vision. Good use of his size and strength, and ends up with the first down.
Yeah, Jeff Edmondstone. He's been moved around a little as this defense has changed shape over the course of the season. Started off as an inside backer, found himself then sort of right in the pine a bit. Now he's an edge defender. And Malachi Relton Stewart chasing in vain as Ben Goff gets low to the ground and keeps the legs churning for a sizable gain there on first down.
And I like the fact that the Raptors are sticking to the run here, Kenny. Like, it's a very, very hot day out there, so it's going to wear down that defense really, really quickly. That, and also then it helps you bring in the play action pass as well, which we've already seen. A few deep shots here. Obviously, they've already had one score off it, so I like that strategy. I think we'll see that come into play in the second half. Particularly as the defense gets tired, that's where your big plays come from.
Second down and short here. Very common situation to try and take a shot. Trying to figure out who's a quarterback now. I think it is. That's another change at quarterback. Why do I even bother asking who's starting? Right now taking snaps is the 10 and Mitch Barwick. So the quarterback a quarter system continues to go. They tag out again. Now switching in this roller coaster ride of quarterbacks is Tanner Stellan.
I mean, we've heard of backfield by committee, but generally they're talking about the running back, not the signal caller. So that's an interesting move.
Stellan. Fake. Ooh. Beats Edmondstone. Now looking downfield.
Oh.
Had a completion, but coverage there by Tyson Snag. Some good poise there shown by the quarterback.
Yeah, great poise by Stellan there to avoid the rush and use his feet to buy some time.
Would have been an impressive catch there from Robbie Barwick.
Very, very impressive. Robbie Barwick won't be overly happy about being led across the middle like that. That doesn't make you many friends.
Can't be too far away from the end of the first, one would figure. In fact, that might be it now. So, at the end of one, the score of the Brisbane Rhinos leading the Raptors by the tiniest of margins, 7 points to 6. A touchdown apiece, only a PAT separating these two teams. First quarter touchdowns, Riley Wood scoring on the first play from scrimmage, and Max Schlatter getting a big play downfield off a Tanner Stellan touchdown pass for the 6 points for the Raptors. They went for two, fumbled a attempted reverse, and hence our scoreline 7 points to 6.
Been impressed with the first quarter, Kenny. Been very, very close. Both defenses have been playing very well, actually. I actually think, personally, I just feel with momentum and stuff, the Raptors might just have a little bit of an advantage at the moment. As I said, I think if they stick with that run game, particularly with this heat, that's going to really work in their favour. And the rotating quarterback situation, the only thing I'm not a massive fan on there, Kenny, is when we bring in you bring in Stellan, for example. It's we've kind of seen his hand now. Like they're going to take a shot, so that starts to become a little bit predictable. So they probably want to start mixing that up a little bit. But outside of that, I like what the Raptors have done so far.
So fourth down now, after that last failed pass over the middle. And Verbakel, he's in for a punt. He spirals this nicely, answering the quality punt from Fenwick, but the punt will sit up about 2 yards too late, and that will
beautiful torpedo,
bring
beautiful spiral.
Brisbane Rhinos out to the 20. That punt was 99% great.
It was. I thought just the way it bounced, it was probably going to just sit up nicely there on the 1 or the 2. I was watching at home. Obviously, I'm a bit of a fan of my special team stuff. That was a great punt, beautiful spiral, good direction, kicked it away from the return man, and almost got it to sit up and give them great field position. Trading punts now, the two teams.
3 punts on the last 3 possessions between both teams. Toshak rolling out to his right. Throwing underneath for Fenwick. Fenwick's got it. Nice pick up there on first down. And I asked Coach Sam Harkness what he thought, the way he would like to attack in this game, this week. And he said, based on what we've seen, they like to play pretty conservatively, drop players down. If they want to give us the underneath, we're more than happy to ride with that all game long. And there's a pretty clear example of it just then.
Yeah, and I think with this offense that Coach Harkness runs, they've got plenty of options and plenty of tricks in the book around that. So it'll be interesting to see how the Raptors adjust to that, because they will nickel and dime it all day with high percentage, and that will result in a lot of points.
Second down and a long 5 here for the Brisbane Rhinos. 3 receivers out to the left. It's Camargo on the backfield, delayed handoff to him. Looking for space on the short side, trying to push blockers out of the way and drives his way forward, close to a first down.
And we've got an offside coming here, Kenny. It looks like the right end for the Raptors did jump right at the snap. Didn't quite see it there off screen. Not a bad run though, a little bit of patience there. Let's just block sit in front of him. Finishes the run well, but all for nothing.
Tackle being made there from Benji Paltama.
Just looking over on that far sideline there, Kenny, we can see in the background, looks like we've got 3 signal callers there for the Rhinos at the moment.
I think they called a penalty against the Raptors number 26. I don't see a 26 on my team list. I don't know if he's confused the number.
I thought it was 27, but
27. Well, in that case, that would be Taesoon Choon. In any case, fresh set of downs for the Brisbane Rhinos. Toshak, I think that is Camargo on the backfield. It is. Another carry for him. If he's got a broken leg, I can't see it.
Another solid run there. So if he's playing on a broken leg, yeah, I agree with you, Kenny. Cannot see any evidence of that. He is running well and he's finishing his runs. We've got a nice little cut there. I suggest, yeah, if he's on a broken leg.
You just see in the background there, injured, one of those injured guys you talked about, Sam Wallace, strongest man in the world.
Yes.
In the under 20 division a few years ago now. He's yeah.
He's certainly handy to have out there, wouldn't he?
One of the I think it's strained ACL has kept him out for now and quite possibly next week if the Rhinos can qualify. Second down and 6. Toshak looking downfield and wants to go downfield, but he finds nothing but a Sunshine Coast defender by the name of Barwick. Big play there, Robbie Barwick taking the ball away here for the Sunshine Coast Moreton Bay Spartan Raptors.
Don't have plenty of time here, Kenny. Like, pass protection did very well, but like you talked about in terms of the Rhino scouting, in terms of only maybe sending 4 and dropping plenty, is exactly what the Raptors have done there. I think almost challenging the inexperienced quarterback to try and throw the deep ball, and hoping for situations like this, particularly when you're throwing it now into the wind, does make it very, very tricky for a guy only in his second start.
And Jotel Mavave out in the field, the grizzled veteran. Ben Goff finding his way through a hole. Trips forward, but doing a great job on first down right now. Waiting to see how the down markers move, but Ben Goff doing a really good job reading the offensive line right now. However, it'll be for naught. Too many people in the backfield here for the Sunshine Coast Moreton Bay Spartan Raptors. And that'll move him back there, and they'll need another Benny Goff specialer and first down to get him back into groove here on second down.
We've talked about that a lot this year, haven't we, Kenny, about the effect of penalties, particularly on the early downs, just makes it so difficult to convert, and makes what you can call from the playbook far more limited as well.
Schlatter, the touchdown scorer, furthest receiver, the middle receiver in that trip set up the top of your screen. Goff in the backfield. And the give is back to him. He bounces it immediately to the left, cuts back to the center of the field and finds a bit of value in between the hash marks.
And we make comments like that, Kenny, and then we give it to Ben Goff, and well, now you find yourself in a second and manageable.
Indeed, you do.
So a good run here by Goff. See here, great blocks from the centre and guard. Huge gap there. Heard the Rhino sideline yelling out about outside contain. There's nothing wrong with the outside contain. It was the movement of the interior line there that did the damage.
Missed the number on it there, but I think
that was an outstanding block.
Might be Tim Rakvolski, who really had a good down block there on that first down carry to Ben Goff. Third down now following that incompletion. Double check which quarterback is in, because I see a 10 flipping in now because Mitch Barwick's in now.
Pinch hitting continues.
And the pitch hit. Barwick to Barwick! Robbie Barwick!
Wow.
Down the field, and the nice little pass gets them enough for the first down and then some.
Tricky little play here, Kenny. I really like this.
Little brother to big brother.
We'll just watch here. So a little pop off there, but also you can see it had the speed option there. So they had the running back keeping distance like a speed option, except obviously to the running back, to the receiver. Got the read he looked for, kept it himself, and gets the first down. I love that play design.
Well, we kept the ball in two hands, almost looking like he was still playing for Valleys there in the BRL competition like he did earlier this year. And
sold a good dummy there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be sending his centre through a gap there, kept it himself, went over, second tackle, 6 again, let's go. First down. They put him in motion again. The fall got the toes in the quarterback, maybe not for long. Fumbles that one, tries to direct traffic. Sam Bull has a go at him, throws the ball downfield, intercept. Cheyenne James. James now working through. Attackers turn defenders. Taking a bit of a sojourn over to his own sideline there before being taken down just shy of his own 20. And, well, there is the heckle and jide side of this multi-quarterback system. Not a lot of time for rhythm to be created.
No, correct, but also you see a situation like Kenny where you've got a young, an inexperienced quarterback as well who's just trying to do a little bit too much. He did that in the first drive of the game where he threw that interception, was under pressure and tried to just get rid of the ball instead of taking medicine, and in that scenario there, clearly a broken play, under a huge amount of pressure, probably should have just taken the sack and lived another day. Instead tries to force something up into the end zone, and when you've got number 23 back there, Cheyenne James, that's a dangerous spot to be throwing.
So now Toshak, hands off. I think that's come Margot.
Good defensive pressure there by the Raptors. They shot that one down very, very quickly. So far today, I mean, the Rhinos haven't had a lot of trouble running the ball, so good adjustments there.
Targeted a lot more of the runs to the outside, although a lot of the Rhinos' running attack is outside based, but I was just saying with that, missing guards there. I think Josh Koo is starting.
Yes.
At one of the guards, and I'm trying to work out, it might be Caleb Williams-Lee at the other guard spot. And a pass out to the flat. Too far! Intercepted here. That is a Tunafai taking it almost all the way back. First down, Spartan Raptors inside the 10. Nathan Tunafai picking that ball off.
Good pressure here off the edge by the Raptors as well. See, 83 got good leverage underneath the left tackle. Just pushed him back into the pocket a bit, which creates pressure. And we just saw that ball a little bit overthrown there, and the Raptors corner in position to take that one almost to the house. It's one of the big things in terms of, you know, when you're working with offensive linemen in pass protection is about, you know, you've got room to work in, particularly tackle, but getting folded back into the pocket like that is a problem, because although the defender's not forcing the pressure, it's still forcing pressure.
On first down and goal, they will be stopped half a yard short.
Another good run by Ben Goff there. Expect we'll see plenty of him down in the red zone. And we are 2nd and 1.5, I would suggest, if that, maybe 1.
Chance here to take the lead, the Raptors. The Rhinos scored from their very first touch of the football and struggled particularly on the left-hand side of the field since. The forward got the toss, stays in a quarterback despite the last pick. Ben Goff, running back, looking for the goal line, gets past it with ease. Raptors take the lead.
Good reward there for Ben Goff. A lot of hard work so far this game. I like what you can see here from Jordan as well. He takes the ball, got the ability to read, saw what he liked, gave Goff the ball. Don't be surprised if later on, in fact, before the play was run, I wouldn't have been shocked if he ran a read option and pulled it himself. Big body quarterback like that could bully his way over. Gave on that one, but I suggest we see that come back later on, particularly with how well, even though Ben still got in, so Goff still got in, the Rhinos defense did bite very hard on that, so they're clearly not too concerned about Jordan running the ball, so I suspect they'll come back to that later on. In fact, they may even come back to it here, so they're going for 2.
Going for 2, not a kicking team. Looking to make this a 7-point game. Schlatter in motion. We'll come back now on that motion. We'll hand off to Goff. Goff met in the backfield. Nice play there by the interior lineman. That is the experienced James Cowlishaw making the stop.
Yeah, good discipline on this play by the Rhinos defense. Maintain their gap assignments very well. Now we have so it's a 12-7 lead to the Raptors. Who would have thought? So far, as you said, Kenny, first play of the game, the Rhinos score and look very, very dangerous. And since then,
well, and then in the next possession, they take the ball away very quickly from the Raptors.
Yep.
Missed field goal, a couple of punts, a couple of intercepts, and the Raptors are well and truly with momentum now.
Yeah. Next drive is very, very important for the Rhinos, I feel, just to get a bit more, get momentum back and just get a confidence going into sort of late in this first half.
And this one dribbles past Tuttle, and Tuttle allows it to head on into the end zone. The Rhinos will set up shop on their own 20.
So if you coach Harkness at this stage, Kenny, obviously it's no time to be panicking, but what adjustments would you be making at the moment?
Well, the game plan was to take underneath, and I think they need to go back to that. I don't know, every quarterback, you want to be that quarterback who knows how to take advantage of when you get opportunities deep, but you've thrown back-to-back picks now, and on top of that, Riley Wood's still very much there.
Yep.
You want to take advantage of him. He started his day well, and he's back in the backfield now. See if they turn back to his efforts, and he's really been the leading back for them all season with the absence of Kyle Margo and a number of their other backs. Angus Fran's also one of those guys, and just as I say, start throwing underneath, they go deep immediately for Taylor, and picking up his second pick there is Toffanai, and now he's circling back, trying to make something different. We've seen this happen on this field before. Ultimately gets it just inside the red zone, and everything is coming up Raptors.
Great. I really don't like the play call there, Kenny. Again, like you said, attacking underneath they've had some success with, and had a couple of deep balls now intercepted, so what do? They're straight back to the deep ball. And again, we talked about this with the Raptors quarterback situation with inexperienced guys out there and trying to do too much. Just got to wonder now if maybe we're seeing a little bit of the same from Toshak. Again, only in his second start. Is he feeling the pressure? A couple of interceptions. He's trying to force things because that, again, ball into the wind was a little bit underthrown.
And we both discussed his running game. He scored, an 80-yard screamer against the Bayside Ravens. We haven't seen a single quarterback run yet. Speaking about quarterback runs, here's one now here from the Sunshine Coast Moreton Bay Raptors. Ball possibly squirting out.
No.
Not a whole lot of celebration from the Rhino sideline, though.
Calling it down. Yeah, nice run here. We like that. Good individual effort there. Decent downfield blocking by Ben Goff. And then obviously the ball scored out at the end, but he was down by contact.
That was Iona Tanner. Or Tanner. Still waiting for a confirmation on pronunciation there. But again, the quarterback carousel continues. It's alright, I would like to get off, please. Because now it's Mitch Barwick, a quarterback, speed option. Barwick keeps himself. And picks up a couple of yards, a flag thrown at a Spartan Raptor player who throws his arms up and goes, why me?
I think we might have a couple of different penalties here, Kenny. Obviously, we've had one thrown on the offensive lineman, or at the offensive lineman, whether or not it's on him or not, we don't know.
We don't want a zoo situation.
Not going to, yeah, correct. But then we had another one come in late as well, which looked like that was at a Rhinos player, so I don't know what's... Yeah, looks like they're going to have a bit of a discussion about this. Face mask.
Replay, but it is a face mask against the Brisbane Rhinos, half distance here, and
so probably even more reason for the Raptors player to be throwing his hands out when it was thrown at him. It's like, hey, I wasn't even in the play, man.
The forward got the tower, the quarterback on this play. It's not even a drive-by-drive situation at this point.
Oh.
Throws an ugly ball out there for an attempted screen. The intended receiver was Keegan Tahiga, the tight end.
Definitely wanted to get that one out in a hurry. He almost just shot-putted that one out there.
Phillip Rivers would be proud.
So we've seen 3 quarterbacks so far, Kenny. How many? What's the under-over for today? 4 quarterbacks that we've seen.
Thought it was 2. Yeah, if you bet the overs, well done.
Hammered the over. Might set the line there at 3.5.
Got the tower. Signal caller on this play. 5:33 remaining in the half. And pass falls off the hands of Fletcher Patterson. Really needed to make that catch there. Incomplete.
I thought the ball was maybe a little bit behind in there. Those tip drills are dangerous, particularly with this Rhinos secondary. You have balls pop up like that, you have to hold your breath. A bit like we did there, Kenny. Ball was good. Just, yeah, did not bring it in.
5.5 minutes remaining in this first half. 3rd and goal. A big stop needed here for the Brisbane Rhinos. It is Stellan. Hands the ball off to Goff.
Oh.
Goff loses it. It's on the ground and recovered by the Rhinos.
Wow.
Jackson Collins recovering the ball there. Goff was the ball carrier. We'll get a good shot of it here on the reverse angle. Is that Will Saxby?
I think so. Might have
The man has been a turnover machine in the second half of this season. Seen him get 2 pick sixes on stream, and here he is forcing a key fumble in the red zone. Man clearly loves being on camera.
Actually, it was a good run by Ben Goff, but just if you saw on the play there, Kenny, the first tackler in there pinned his right arm, and so the ball was very not loosely carried in the left arm, but he had no way of covering up or protecting it. So yeah, look, good awareness there by the Rhinos to punch that one out.
Pass over the middle, this time caught here by Membrick, and that's more of the intermediate area we were talking about earlier. A nice completion there on 1st down.
Exactly right, Kenny. What we talked about before, and what we want to see is underneath those intermediate sort of routes. You know, if they're going to give them, then take them away, and let the yards after catch and just nickel and dime it down the field will certainly come up trumps here. Particularly this wind starting to, you can't really see on screen, but there's a little bit of a breeze and it's starting to swirl a little bit now, so that's going to create some problems in the passing game too.
Hang on. Who's that, a quarterback? I'm sorry. We were told that man was medically advised not to play. Mitch Bradford, the original starter, who we drew a whole pre-show about not playing, is now in a quarterback. To be fair, several times, Sam Harkness has said to me that if it was the Sun Bowl, Mitch would play. Well, I guess right now, down 12-7 in a playoff game, that qualifies as Sun Bowl. Pass completed there to Fenwick. How many different quarterbacks am I going to call in this game? We're up to 5.
I'm not sure. There might be 6 or 7.
Well, Cheyenne James was listed as the backup QB number 2 in today's Rhinos listing. What do those even mean anymore?
I think we just throw out our depth chart and player list now, Kenny. I think it's free for all.
Mitch Bradford looking to make a fairy tale card table beer drinking magical return here, as he has now entered the game here in the second quarter, despite still suffering a Jones fracture in his foot. Hands the ball off to Wood. Wood almost losing the ball there on the third down carry. They'll have a tough decision to make here with the moxie Sam Harkins is currently showing.
I initially misread the number, Kenny. I obviously assumed that Bradford was out and is in red with a line through it on our sheet. I actually thought it might have been Matthew Skilton out there at quarterback, obviously the defensive end edge rusher. So I thought it was number 8. I was like, oh, this is something different, but no.
No, it is.
This is more so, and they're going for it.
Here it is, 4th down. They need about 2.5. Quick pass needed, quick pass got, but is it enough for the first? What an effort! What an effort by Fenwick!
Wow.
Fenwick breaks off the first contact and grabs more than enough to keep this drive moving. Rhinos trailing by 6.
Well,
5 in fact.
We're used to seeing Fenwick make plays on 4th down, but not in that manner. That's a great catch and way to keep his balance and feet. Some average tackling there. Which certainly didn't help their situation, but good awareness by Fenwick to keep his feet and get the first down.
Stacey Spear coming in with the initial contact, and I had to double check that. I thought maybe Stacey Spear, Gridiron Australia, Gridiron New South Wales, Stacey Spear somehow made herself up to Queensland and playing in the men's comp. It is not. Attempted big hit there, backfiring for the Spartan Raptors. Wood now on the carry, gets his legs chopped out from underneath him. Making that play there was the exciting Emmanuel Carper, who had a pair of picks last week here at this very field.
It's a good outside contain there and flow to the run by the Raptors. Certainly helping keep that outside run game we talked about in check at the moment, but I think the Rhino should stick to that and that underneath passing game. It seems to be moving the chains here.
2nd down and 9. Bradford. You can see how the ball was picked off. No, incomplete. Barwick thought he had his second, as did I. You can see out there Bradford's
got plenty of time.
Good protection there, but definitely there's a little bit of slowness to his footwork compared to what we saw through the first couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's just channeling his inner Aaron Rodgers at the moment. And no, that's not a comment about any sort of vaccination status. It is obviously carrying a similar foot injury.
We are just outside of the 2-minute warning. Bradford over the middle finds Max Williams for his first touch of the day. That's a man they'll need to get involved very quickly and very often.
Well, it's a guy whose name we've called plenty of times in other broadcasts, Kenny, and yet first time we've seen him today. I think though with Bradford out there at QB, those two have a pretty good connection, so I suspect we are going to see a lot more of him.
Oh, they tied together to the tune of, I think it was, 6 touchdowns over the first 2-3 weeks.
Yep. And probably second to Russell and Stegman.
Indeed, at 1:56, that is the 2-minute warning ahead of us now. 2-minute warning. In fact, that play took a few more seconds, so 1:56 here remaining in the first half of play. Raptors trying to hold the Rhinos out and protect this 12-7 lead heading into the half.
It'd be interesting if Bradford stays out there for the second half, Kenny, what adjustments the Raptors make on defence. Obviously they have game planned very specifically around what quarterback situation they thought they had. Now with Bradford out there who's able to sort of sling it more freely, whether or not that changes their drops plenty, drop 6, drop 7 mentality into, okay, they have to start bringing some pressure now.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, you've got 2 missing guards, the Brisbane Rhinos, and you've got a quarterback who we assume is not very mobile right now.
No, he's not going to move a lot. So I think you start to dial it up.
Something he is good at is getting that ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
You do risk then getting beaten on the blitz.
Yeah, correct.
First down and 10. Bradford in there with Riley Wood.
Ooh.
One of the weirdest non-false start calls I've ever seen. There it is.
Got it.
That would have been a funny one to get away with.
No, it was long. I think everyone knew that was
There's Tafanai on screen. 2 intercepts. He's having a good first half.
Had an outstanding first half.
Tuna Fire, sorry, my apologies.
Rhinos not wasting any time here.
First down, and it'll be a pass here on 1st and 15. Bradford trying to prove us wrong with his mobility. I think we're still right.
Yep.
Sack on that play.
And he is very slow getting up.
What was it? It might have been the 6 and Mark Stinson. He's had a couple of plays in the backfield.
He's moving very ginger on that foot. I mean, obviously, we know it's an existing injury, but gee, that's going to be concerning if you're the Rhinos. But for the Raptors, hopefully that shows them what they're looking for in terms of what they come out with in the second half with pressure.
Second down, guess of 17 yards needed. Bradford, low snap, handled nicely. Looks downfield now, will try to run, try to open up that stride a little bit. Striking at the ball there was Stinson. Held on to nicely from Bradford, proving he can move a little bit.
There's a commentator's curse there, Kenny. Just saying.
Well, he looks pretty comfortable on it there.
Yeah. Good touching
Right
technique
back
there as
up.
well. I like the swap at the ball there.
3rd and 11 now. He's having a good couple of plays there. Mark Stinson.
They're probably in 4-down territory here too, I suggest, Kenny.
The receiver's out, throwing to Mr. No One. And that is a big blitz there on 3rd down. Great job.
Raptors are doing a good job getting
Joseph Molo.
getting pressure there. You know, certainly not sending like large blitzes now. Oh, okay. Looks like sending out the field goal unit.
Okay, well,
So what are we kicking here, Kenny? I reckon by my maths it's about 45 yards.
your maths is faster than my calculator. 44 is, depending on where we want to mark it.
I was giving him 17 from the 28.
Oh, that's the first problem. I thought it was at the 27. So 45-yard line. The 45-yard field goal attempt here. Apparently, Coach Harkness gave the team an option here. If you could make it from 58 in practice, they wouldn't have any physical punishments. He made it with room to spare, allegedly. And we'll have to wait a little longer here. Possible delay in game. He might have to make that 58-yarder or something close to it.
You'd be correct there, Kenny. It's a low game, so that makes us now, I don't know, 50?
50 on the nose.
There we go. Well, if he's good from 58, my math says 50 shouldn't be a problem.
And again, I have no confirmation on this, but
He
in
looked
my
all right
time
from
watching
51.
football in the live stream era, if he can make it from 50, that more or less gives him the anecdotal record here in Gridiron Queensland until someone can pipe up and prove me wrong.
Yeah, I certainly can't recall seeing that.
This will be kicked from his own, from the Spartans' 40-yard line. It is long enough, but wide left, as was his first kick attempt here. Incomplete. A nice, strong stand here from this Moreton Bay Raptors side here. It's 2 missed field goals now. The last 3 drives, 3 intercepts and a missed field goal.
I think we approached that one well there by kicking it low. Obviously, it's kicking into the wind there. Although it's not strong, it's still going to be enough that's going to hold the ball up if you give it too much flight. So the low trajectory kick was the right idea. It's a little bit wide right. But it looked to me like he had the distance. So I don't mind them sending him out. We've already seen this year how strong his leg is. And as you said, Kenny, 50 yards. I haven't seen one kick that far in my time around the league.
And if it did exist in the league, that would be the longest recorded field goal we have here in Gridiron Queensland men's division. Low snap.
Oh,
Nafolga
yuck.
Katoa has to dive on it. Still gets the ball away. Finds a receiver. I think that's Tahiga. Tahiga's gone. Tahiga's still going.
Oh, no.
Ball's gone out. Possibly recovered by the Rhinos. He got flipped back in. I think they're going to say this fumble went out of bounds. The Rhinos couldn't take clean possession of it. What a crazy play.
Wow.
Was someone
It starts with a bad snap there, Kenny.
who's put the margarine on the footy?
Oh. As I said, there's no rain. I walked across the field pre-game, Kenny, and it's nice and dry out there, so it's not like the however many weeks of rain we've had is an effect. It's someone's put something on the ball. I think we've got the umpires having referees having a discussion here, Kenny, about what's going on. The offense seems to be coming off, so
They might argue
only for water. Never mind.
Only for water. So the Raptors with a big play there, assuming they stay in possession, which our guess is that will be the case.
Yep.
Trying to add another score here. It's safe to say if they're not going for PATs, they certainly can't add a field goal. I haven't seen a recognised kicker on this side. 12-7 the lead. They would love a second score here as time expires.
Oh, absolutely, Kenny. I think that would put a lot of pressure on the Rhinos as well to be down 2 scores going into the half. And it sounds like they're going to give the ball to the Rhinos.
Well, I'm hearing defense on here from our near side.
Right.
So they are deeming that the Rhinos managed to field possession. I'm guessing they're going to say the Rhinos player, I don't know if we can see that on replay here, but the Rhinos player knocked the ball back infield enough for the recovery to exist here. So it was first down Rhinos. Rhinos again with a little bit of time and a chance to try and take the lead back here with the final possession of the first half.
So Kenny, we're on a roll today in terms of what we know and don't know. I think that the Raptors are just asking the officials what the ruling was or how the ruling came about. Wouldn't mind being down there myself to find out.
Cross down to our sideline correspondent. We don't have one of those. And a timeout in here for the Rhinos who want to take a second to think about it. So,
Eventful first half, Kenny.
eventful first half. With the lack of the deep ball coming off for the Brisbane Rhinos, you've got to be hesitant here because all these intercepts here. I mean, I would just be giving it to Riley Wood and seeing what he can do with it.
Exactly right. He's already ripped off one big gain today. He's pretty fresh. See what you can do. Get yourself into field goal range maybe. But yeah, I would be hesitant to start throwing it out there. The wind has caused some problems, obviously. The Raptors secondary have been playing pretty well as well, so I think you keep the ball on the ground, try and get in the field goal range, and get out of the. If you get out of the first half only down 6, that's very manageable.
Yeah.
Still a lot of discussion going out there, Kenny, about change of possession, but we have first and 10 to the Rhinos.
Tavita Fafita there in the right defensive end looking to create some pressure. Here he comes.
Ooh.
Bradford throws, is caught on the wind. It's almost another pick. It's almost another catch. It's a whole lot of ball flipping between both sides of possession, incomplete by the end of it.
Don't know if he's watching from home, but I think Ben Walker, former Stingrays safety, head coach, Australian defensive back coach, etc. He'd be loving seeing this.
Second down and 10.
Let's have another time out here, Kenny, to have another discussion about this. Hopefully it's a decision to give the ball to Riley Wood and see what he can do.
So, timeouts to go Lords. I'm not going to say it's a game where everyone's holding our breath every play, but you're sitting in anticipation at every snap at this point.
In terms of games we've covered this year, Kenny, it's definitely one of the more exciting and unpredictable ones we've had, that's for sure.
Second down and 10. Big Josh Q at right guard. Trey Molly is the
empty backfield.
So Josh Q right guard, filling in the right guard. And for Molly, who I think's been one of their better all-round football players this year. He's starting at left. Bradford over the middle, looking for Fenwick. Fenwick has probably been the favourite target of both quarterbacks today. Couldn't bring that in, incomplete. And trying to figure out how many timeouts Rhinos must have left.
I think that would be their last one. No, that might be the end of the half.
Well, I was waiting for a...
Oh, Rhino seem to be walking off and over to the back of the players' box. It seems to be that.
I was hoping that my sideline ninjas would give me the heads up if that was the dying seconds, but yeah, the Rhinos certainly.
Oh no, now they're coming back out. No, don't know.
We continue to know shop about flop.
Yes, we do know very little about not much. Oh no, we've got a penalty.
Against, I didn't even see a flag come out.
No, I don't know what it was either.
In any case, the person demonstrating on his own sideline there is number 24, Benji Paltama.
I don't know if it was an offside.
He's been
And final timeout to the Rhinos.
I think after all that, we're going to take a quick audio timeout, catch our breath, and we'll be back very, very shortly. Alright, Brisbane Rhinos with their third and final timeout that, quite frankly, Bolts and I really needed too. First down and 10. Bradford wants to go long again. Wants Max Williams on the outside. The hands of God has brought it in inside the 20. Well, there's something we haven't seen a whole lot of. Max Williams playing outside the numbers.
No, correct. And now, okay, and that looks like that's half time. I know I've already called it once, but
I think it's safe to say here they tried a bit of a Hail Mary. Impressive catch, will look great on the number sheet, but ultimately academic and ineffective to the score. Here we are at halftime of our 2021 Men's Division playoff. The Raptors currently defending home turf to the tune of 12 points to 7. Intercepts and fumbles galore littered between both teams here in this first half.
And 5 quarterbacks.
Whole lot of quarterbacks too. We're going to take a much needed break, come back, and we'll be starting the second half. We will see between which of these two teams and 3 clubs will be taking on the Bayside Ravens on December 11th in Sunbowl 2021. Andres and Bolts on the other side of this. Alright, welcome back. Second half, just moments away from kicking off. Brisbane Rhinos will be kicking right to left to the currently leading Moreton Bay Sunshine Coast Raptors Spartans, running left to right here in the third quarter. They boast a 12-7 lead here with 2 touchdowns to 1 in the first half over the Brisbane Rhinos, the number 2 ranked Brisbane Rhinos. A couple of different quarterbacks has been the story of the first half. The Spartan Raptors rotating through about 3 there between primarily Jordan Nafolo-Gotatoa, number 16, Ayatana Sterlin, and then also number 10, Midge Barwick. Brisbane Rhinos started there with Jared Toshak and have since returned to original starter and supposedly ruled out quarterback Mitch Bradford. Now, who I didn't even think was going to kid up today. He is certainly kitted up and he's out there slinging passes. Here's Fenwick to kick off for possibly the last half of football for one of these two teams. Max Slatter, here he is on the return, a long touchdown scorer in the first half. He'll bring this back. He won't be able to get this back to the 20. Good coverage there from the Brisbane Rhinos. The Raptors now will try to make this a 2-possession game before the Rhinos touch the ball.
Interesting first half, Kenny. I think if you're the Raptors, I think a heavy dose of Ben Goff the second half with some of those intermediate passes that they've sort of been able to get away with. I think that's going to create enough problems for this Rhinos defence, particularly with the heat and everything we talked about earlier. I think they'll find points that way, and if you're the Rhinos, I think the move back to Bradford's obviously an indication of the problems that Raptors defence has given them, and again, I think that intermediate passing game will be the key for them.
Well, there it is. Ask and you shall receive. Benjamin Goff with a first down carry. He was doing a great job in first down in that first half. Speaking at halftime to now retired running back Darius Holiday Miller, former coach of Ben Goff, in fact, during his Sun Devils days. Actually, so were you, weren't you, at one point?
I was, indeed.
There you go. And yeah, he said, quite frankly, I think that the only prescription for the Raptors in the second half would be more Goffy.
Correct, more Goff, and he said, and obviously Jason Leon, coach and defensive linesman for the Ravens, made comment as well for the Raptors defensive front. So just maintain their assignments a little bit more and just not try and do so much. They're going to continue to give problems to this Rhinos offensive line. Should be enough to do the job for them.
Oh, a double dose of Goff there to start the Raptors' third quarter. Results in a first down. And I'm just paying attention to the background here for us. Mitch Bradford finished off the half, but warming up his arm now is for the Rhinos is number 11 Jared Toshak, today's starter. So we'll see how that eventuates. In the meantime, currently at quarterback for the Raptors Spartans is number 16, Tana Stellan. And that carry didn't go for a whole lot. He'll be coming to the sideline now to get a player to be subbed out.
Back in this familiar territory, Kenny, of second and long. Certainly does make play calling and whatever a whole lot harder, particularly with some inexperience in the backfield.
Sam Collins, he's in the backfield injured. He was hoping to make a return here in these playoffs. That's got to be an illegal motion.
I think you'll find that's what there's flags everywhere, Kenny.
And Kalishaw will eventually make the tackle alongside Collins, but yes, if you are going to move two players, one of them needs to be set for at least 1 second. That will be some sort of illegal shift. I would have to hazard a guess at.
Well, what do you do in that scenario, Kenny? Do you take the penalty and give them second and probably 17, or do you take the result of the play and go to third and long? I'll take third and long personally.
I think take third and long. I think double sticks is enough with the way things are going. I know you got burnt by a deep pass earlier, but that's only been the one occasion now. You've got some talented DBs behind you. That's not where the injuries are right now.
No, exactly right. So it looks like the Rhinos have declined the penalty.
It is important, even when the flags go, even if the flag's in your favour, give yourself the best potential 2 options you can.
Yeah. I think they're smart, inexperienced quarterback or quarterbacks. As you said, there hasn't been a lot of damage done in that past game, with the exception of that one big play early on. Yeah, I would certainly be trying to set this up as well as what do we got? Probably about a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16. We're just waiting for the ball to get spotted.
Playoff berth. Sorry, Sun Bowl berth. On the line here, it would be the maiden one for both clubs of this combined club here, affectionately known as the Raptors. Just taking a bit of a delay in the game here as they spot the ball accordingly. 3rd down. Approximately 13 here for the Raptors. Quick pass from Tana Stellan. We'll go back to the original line of scrimmage with a little bit of interest, but well and truly short of the line to gain here. They'll likely send out Verbakel and the punting team.
Yeah, interesting play call here, Kenny. I mean, it's clearly a designed screenplay. Just a few sets of hands there, but not a lot to work with from there. I'm not sure why you wouldn't give yourself a shot at the sticks and give yourself a chance to get that first down. That was a fairly low percentage play there, I think.
I think that says that maybe that this is how the Spartan Raptors want to manage this game. They've got the lead. They're happy to punt it away. They don't want to have their offense give up any good field position here. They'll punt this ball away and play field position.
I don't know if I agree with that one, Kenny. I think you're right. That's what they're trying to do. But gee, that Rhinos offense has looked dangerous.
Bakal.
Oh,
it's
no.
a block and recovered by the Rhinos. And now I can finally reveal. Sam Harkness did tell me in his interview with me this week that they've been working on a specific punt block that they felt would work against punter Aaron Verbakal, and he even called that he believes they'd get a punt block touchdown. Well, they came a bit short of that,
got close.
But they did get the block in recovery. So good coaching and good scouting there from the Rhinos management team.
Yeah, excellent scouting, excellent execution. Now the Rhinos start off with outstanding field position, only down a score.
Yeah, do you wish they took the chance on third down? We'll never know.
Absolutely.
And look how deep these DBs are for the Raptors, and yet they continue to try to attack down in the field. I would love to see a curl route.
Oh, right there. I mean, I don't know if there's a miscommunication, but everybody's really deep. Like, almost looks like a prevent, which obviously they're not. Well, you wouldn't think they're running a prevent at this point. But yeah, you're right, Jenny. A curl or some sort of sit route of some sort. Even an underneath slant would probably do the job at the moment, and just rely on athleticism to make players miss. And see, again, they're backed up a long way.
They're just refusing to break their roof. Bradford, clean pocket to the outside, almost intercepted. That would have been 3 this game there for Tanafai.
Yeah, and he had a paddock in front of him too. If he catches that, I don't know anyone stops him.
Tanafai. Probably racked up 50 yards or so in intercept yards alone.
Well, he could have had another 80 there, just about 85. There's some confusion from the signals coming in from the Rhino sideline.
No, it is still Bradford at quarterback, something we didn't quite touch on there despite seeing Toshak warming up. 3rd down and 10. Bradford starts to scramble. He'll try to tuck this ball and grab as much yardage as he can as he stretches out. He rolls over the sideline and is once again coming up with a little bit of a ginger limp.
Seems like he's moving all right, and like at speed. It's just getting in out of the huddle and after the play he seems to be moving fairly gingerly. But 4th down, I would suggest they go for it here.
4th down now.
Now, do they run a play, Kenny, or are they just going to hard count the backside out of this and try and get someone to jump?
Porque no los dos. No hard count, straight away, immediately out to Taylor. The pass is too short for him. Incomplete, even if he caught it, it wouldn't have been enough. And how about this Sunshine Coast, Moreton Bay Raptors Spartans defense?
Well, holding strong again. Obviously, we're certainly questioning some of the formation and coverage they're running. They're way too defensive for how much time we've got left, and they're only up by a score. But hey, bend and no break there. Get the ball back. Now time to chew up some clock. Again, you'd really like to see just some sustained run plays here, some short passes, screens, things like that to keep the chains moving, the ball moving, chew up some clock, get some points, and really put some pressure on the Rhinos.
So 1st down and 10. Here's Nafal, got the tour, handing off to Ben Goff. Ben Goff into the open field, and Ben Goff across halfway.
Now I know he's going to hate me for this. Is some vintage Ben Goff there, even though he's not that old.
Pretty sure he's 26, mate.
That's all right. A good run there, but if it was 5 years ago, Ben Goff, he would have stepped that guy and taken it the distance. But hey, solid run, exactly what we asked for. Let's see some more of it.
First down and 10. Goff, the clear focal point of this offense. Moving to Heger in motion. Will they throw to him? Pump it. Go downfield. Intercept. Chiam James. His second of the day. He's directing traffic in front of him. Going down the Rhinos sideline now. He could go all the way. Just Goff to beat. The former Sun Devils go at it. And I think Goff did enough to knock him out of bounds before crossing. But he has all but gifted this Rhinos offense with a chance to take the lead.
We do have a flag back down here, Kenny, but I would suggest that may be a penalty on the offense. So I suggest this play will stand. Always a dangerous game, throwing the ball across the middle when Chiam James is around, and we can see there why. Dangerously close.
Yeah, you're right. I think we're talking illegal man downfield, irrelevant in the context of what happened. Declined by the Brisbane Rhinos, and this now Mitch Bradford-led offense will jump on the field and look to take the lead.
And this certainly swings the momentum significantly, doesn't it, Kenny?
Well, I'm trying to figure out exactly where they marked him out, because the Rhinos have huddled all the way back outside of the red zone.
It looks like he's marked at the 1.5 or the 1, I think, Kenny. Because I mean, no one touched him till well, no one
looks like
forced him out until Kenny got out there and made the play. Ben Goff gets out there and
me, Ben Goff. Out. Yeah, I can say you confused.
I've seen you in open space, Kenny. You're just as elusive and it's quick. Got a mad step on you as well.
I think that was actually a cow, mate. First down and goal. Woods in the backfield with Bradford. A chance now to regain momentum over the middle, looking for Cole. Cole had his toes dangled in the red zone, inside the end zone, I should say. Incomplete. Do you think even passing the ball right now is a bit dangerous?
I was just thinking the same, Kenny. Why would you not put the ball in the hands of Wood or someone similar? You could even run a draw there if you want. Well, there's plenty of options, particularly how aggressive or how upfield this Raptors defensive front is getting. I think a draw here would be an ideal scenario, and Wood will probably walk it in.
Well, they've got the interior gaps covered. They're going to pass again. They want the slant passes too far overhead. Taylor, you're shaking your head. I tend to agree with the sentiment here. I think, dare I say it, getting a bit cute with it.
Now the question I have is, if Bradford's not in there, are you running a read option? If they're running that sort of formation where they're covering inside gaps so heavily like that,
I would have thought this is the perfect time to get
for a read option.
Toshak back in the game. Okay, well here I thought it'd be all but here we are, 3rd and goal. The give is not to Wood. It's another incomplete pass. Barwick on the coverage. 4th down now. Are they going to have to go for the 3 points?
No, I go for it here, I think, Kenny.
And that's the call.
Because you might get 2 points out of it. So yeah, go for it on 4th. That's my play call. Again, I reckon that read option's there. If you've got the give. If not, pull it, go in yourself. You've got 1.5 yards to get.
Wood, will they give it to him? They did, and now the secret has been revealed. Well, if there's any time to call a read option, maybe now would be completely shown your hand.
Correct. False start, backing it up. I think. Do you send out the kicker?
I think you have to consider it here. Make it a.
Take the take the points. Then at least you're within a field goal. Then
it's still within it's still a 1 possession game, and it's sort of hard to consider in the sense of Gridiron Queensland. You don't have to think of going up in 3s, but it doesn't matter. Moot point. They're going for it here. 4th and goal from the 7.
Watch Williams here.
Passing, looking for the end zone. Can't find a whole lot of people. Bradford extends the play. Looking for Max Williams. Max Williams cannot bring in.
Good coverage there.
The big play. Turnover on downs.
Good coverage. Right idea though. I'm not sure running Williams to that corner like that is probably not where I would have had him. But right idea. Big target. Seen him come down with some of those balls this year. Just a little bit overthrown that ball. Otherwise, you've given him every chance there in what was probably a fairly favourable matchup in height.
Tell you he's probably kicking himself now.
The kicker?
Chiam James.
Yeah, well.
Ben Goff with what ended up being a 6-point tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. But hey, look, back your defense here. I mean, you've backed up this Raptors offense now, and you know, really, as I said, we haven't really seen a lot in terms of big play threat outside of that first touchdown we had from the Raptors. And I believe what we're seeing here, Kenny, is a heat-mandated water break. It is fairly hot out here today, and I'm of the opinion that as both teams' water boys have been sent out there, that it must be, I think, there is a rule around it. I don't remember what it is.
I know there's a lot of discretion put in place there, and
Yes.
actually usually is requested by both head coaches.
Yes.
If there is going to be one. I think right now it might be the officiating team who might have enforced
Which is
this
probably
one.
fair.
First down and 10, inside their own 5. Fake pass, Goff run. Picks up a couple. I don't think he's been tackled, maybe except for the exception of a couple of goal line plays. I don't think Goff's been tackled in the backfield yet.
Had one earlier, which I think was a blown blocking assignment where he got cut down at the line. But outside of that, yeah, I've been very impressed with how Goff's looked today. Good patience there. Runs well behind his pads. I think he's going to be the key to this offense in this second half. We said it before, and I'm going to keep saying that. Looks like we've had a change at quarterback as well, Kenny, just something different for today.
Of course we do. Stellar. And a quarterback. Another quarterback to hand off to Goff, and this time Goff, maybe a bit of commentator's curse there. The Rhinos defense aiming up there. I think, based on where the
No.
official is, he actually got half a yard. Our statement still stands.
So, okay, all right. We've got third and about 6 here, by the looks of it, Kenny. So, I was suggesting going to go to the air here, and I think we've probably learned our lesson. You stay away from number 23, Cheyenne James, on this.
We thought that, and they ended up playing conservative not too long ago, so they might be spooked after that last intercept. So nope. Stellan into throw. It's a beautiful spiral. In fact, too beautiful. Has overcooked that pass to Schlatter. It would have been Schlatter versus Snag once again. Incomplete. 4th down. Punt team's being sent out. Can they get another block punt?
Well, I would suggest, it's on the cards, Kenny. Obviously, it's something that Coach Harkness has scouted and found himself. So I reckon with the success they had last time, you run it again, because I'm not sure how you make that adjustment or how you stop that mid-game in a situation like this if it's a tendency you've shown all year. And you also got the other threat of if you don't block it, well, you've got number 23 back there to return for you, Cheyenne James, who we've already seen, getting very close to taking one to the house already. And, that was close.
Was very close to being blocked. James won't be able to return this, and it'll be the very friendly Spartan Raptor bounce, and will bounce inside the 30. Any penalty markers down? Yes, there are. All the way back.
Or running into the kicker or roughing the kicker. I don't know which one it's going to be. It's one of those day of the week type calls where it could be either. With very different consequences, given the fact that the Raptor offense looks like they're coming back on, so that looks like it's roughing the kicker, so first down.
It's not just running into, which was
Roughing, yeah.
So you had a 5-yard penalty. Wouldn't have been enough to convert in this case. It is roughing, means someone made contact. I don't know if we captured that on replay or not, but Verbakel did look a bit shaken up when he was walking back to the sideline here, but the hit has gifted his offense an extended drive here.
I'm not sure about you, Kenny, if you know the ruling on which difference of what, but
and someone's not only that, they've taken the legs out.
Taking the plant leg, which will generally be roughing the kicker. So it's 15 yards, automatic first, and that's why we have the offense back out there now, who have huddled a long way away from the ball. The O-line would be real happy about that. As we are back with
1st and 10. Following that penalty, they'll go to the reverse play. They tried on the 2-point conversion. Schlatter doesn't find a whole lot of space, so well defended by the Rhinos. That is Kailahi eventually making the tackle.
Good contain there by the Rhinos to sniff that one out. It was a very slow developing sort of play as well. When you're going to run something like that, you need to use going to use speed, then you have to use it well. Hesitation and dancing in the backfield is going to end in tears in that scenario, and it's exactly what we've seen there. Brings up a 2nd and 11. So again, now the playbook is a little bit shut. It certainly limits what they can do. I'll give the ball to Ben Goff here, try and get a good 5 or 6 yards out of him and give yourself a manageable 3rd down.
Spread formation here on 2nd and 10. They're going to go for the play action pass, going down deep. It was Schlatter. They need to find a way to get that hole shot a lot earlier. I think Nafoa got to tell us throwing it as a deep fade.
Yeah.
Realistically, it's a hole shot here on this near outside line between corner and safety.
No, I agree, Kenny. I think, he's just a little bit too, a little bit overzealous in where he's throwing that ball or where he's aiming for it. But yeah, if he can drop that in there, I'll tell you what, there's a couple that they've missed that they could have, well, if not scored on, at least had significant field position, which would create scoring up scoreboard pressure and also a time factor as well for the Rhinos.
3rd quarter well and truly aging now. 3rd and 10. Ooh.
I like this formation, Kenny.
4 receivers out to the right, quads. And they're going to throw short to Tahiga, but it's well covered. Sam Bull, Saxby, Snag, all on the coverage. There's 2 of them. The pass defenders there.
Don't mind me, Kenny, just taking some photos for the gram.
It's weird though, they're all selfies.
Hey,
Fall down.
didn't say what the photos of.
4th down of the punt unit coming out here. Aaron Verbakel, you've got to think he's a little bit nervous now. He's been 1 blocked punt and he's been hit on another.
I reckon if they're asking for a recipe for a shank, this is it.
So if whoever's running the special teams for the Raptors, you would have have to walk over to your kicker there and just say, hey, you're all good. Just to sort of remind him here, because the last 2 punts have been full of drama, both positive and negative. Gets a beautiful punt away in response.
That's a great kick.
Straight to Cheyenne James, however, circles around, twirls, looking for a bit of space behind his blockers, and returns theirs back to his own. Well, actually, no, into, forget, we're not exactly on halfway here. It's into Spartan Raptors territory.
Big credit to the Varkle there for that kick, as you said, Kenny. Obviously, he's had a block and he's had running into the kicker and whatever else. That was a very, very tough scenario, situation to get that kick off under, and he's done a great job there. Very good return by James as well. Actually, he sort of turned a bit blind, had some faith in his blocking or his return unit, and has set themselves up with some fairly good field position here to give themselves another chance to get this lead back.
1st down and 10 now. Rhinos still looking for their 2nd score of the game, scored on their very first play from scrimmage. Since then, it has been far from shelling peas to get some points in this game. A couple of missed field goals, a couple of empty red zone trips. Riley Wood, currently the only contributor to the scoreboard, not including the 1-point PAT by Fenwick.
Look at that there, Kenny, and nice run there by Wood. Picks up, 4 or 5 yards there, but he was so close to breaking this one as well. Like, look at that first tackle there around the ankles, that gets missed. Second guy's not going to get in there in time, and he's gone. There was a lot of space in front of him there.
I think perhaps the Rhinos might have to take a bit out of the Spartan Raptors playbook right now and just feed Wood.
Yeah.
They've got a quarterback out there on 1 leg, or maybe 1.5 legs.
Yep.
Or at least 2 legs and half a foot. But Riley Wood gets given another carry, and voila, another 1st down.
Good run there by Wood, and I think Kenny, you might be onto something here. So another good cutback there, good pull there by I think it was the guard. No, the tackle. Wow,
that is. He's changed numbers on us, but it's Frankie Tinnelau Jr.
Yeah, that's a great run. So it looks like that was a dart play, as we call it, where we have the backside tackle pull and then pull up field inside of the play side tackle like he has there. Obviously the play side tackle got downfield, so you couldn't see that, but that's a great play design and executed very well. 1st down and 10.
Bradford looking to go in between the numbers again. Wanted Toddle. Pass was a little closer to, once again, that man. Nathan Tunify would love pick number 3.
Certainly been a very productive day for the Rap 10 secondary, hasn't it? And almost had another one there. That was it was almost a scenario of both defensive backs having short arms. Not sure who was the old backyard cricket call for it scenario.
I can't believe there's been 5 intercepts so far in this game between both teams, and none of them have been Emmanuel Copper. And here goes Wood, trying to race defenders to the outside. Great sideline presence here by the Spartans. Tunify has been outstanding. There he is making a tackle tackle at the line.
He's having a phenomenal game, isn't he? Again, I like this play call though. I still like the idea of giving the ball to Wood. You're not going to get huge yards every play. He gets a little bit sideline to sideline, but that's a great tackle there. Otherwise, he gets that corner, and that's another 5, 7, 10 yard gain. So again, 3rd and long here.
Double sticks by a yard. Bradford looking downfield, throwing downfield, wants Williams, has him! Touchdown Rhinos! They persist with this downfield attack, and their defense has helped them out, and finally their offense rewards them. Max Williams getting into the end zone.
The man we talked about towards the end of the first half, Kenny, I only called his name towards the end of the first half and said that they need to go to him more. Tried to go to him before on that 4th down play into the corner of the end zone using his height match up there. Didn't quite work out. That play, beautiful ball, runs onto it well and scores a touchdown to now give the Rhinos the lead. Now, unpopular opinion here, Kenny, I'd be going for 2 to make it a 3-point game personally. Looks like they're going for 1. Let's see what a trick play up their sleeve.
I suppose they don't believe the other team's capable of kicking a field goal, so they
actually fair point, Kenny, because we have not seen any kicking games today from the Raptors, have we?
Fenwick is up.
And his regulation.
Good. PATs, no problem, Fenwick. It's these long field goals Coach Arthur send them out for is the ones giving us a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, well, I think I know he's missed a couple of very long ones today, Kenny, but I think just shows the undying confidence that your coach has in you. That you know you can hit them. I mean, at any level, a 50-yard is hard, particularly at this level. So the fact that he keeps getting set out and given those opportunities, that's confidence building, and that's showing a bit of belief, because you hear other kickers and stuff from college and the pros talk about it's when you think you're in field goal range and the coach leaves you on the sideline. That's when you go, oh. Right, exactly. Okay. That's saying plenty without saying it. So, yeah, so here we'll see Fenwick kick off again, but now we've got the Rhinos with a 1-point lead. So let's see how the Raptors respond to this. Plenty of time left, so there's no need to panic. Still think that the best way for this is a lot of Ben Goff run game and also that intermediate passing game.
Let's see where Fenwick chooses to kick this now. Rhinos always kick off their left hash, but the wind, if he tries to kick it opposite side of the field, that is right in the direction or the face of the wind. That's against them right now. And that is the way they'll kick, and you can see the wind sort of swinging it back now, catching it on the full. Max Schlatter. I thought he found a bit of a gap. Closes down quickly, showing James Wood on the tackle.
Something that I noticed before with Schlatter running the ball.
So watch about this angle.
This is a great angle. So watch here, he's just a little bit hesitant when he runs the ball. He's being a little bit too patient when you're in the return game like this, because those gaps close up so fast. You need to hit them at speed. You don't really have a lot of time to try and watch or read or whatever. You have to be very, very instinctive. Same, we saw that before with the reverse he ran. Rather than just trying to get north-south and get upfield, he was trying to be a little bit too patient, a bit too cute reading blocks, and ended up getting shut down very quickly.
Well, a few personnel issues. Tahiga comes on late. Comes in at tight end. And another blocker, Ben Goff.
Ooh.
Can't find any space. That is Kailahi again, getting into the backfield.
And that's some of the things we can find, Kenny, when you don't have enough players in the huddle or someone running on late. It creates a bit of a distraction.
Ooh, just splitting the double team there. Eliasa Kailahi.
Sender has to do a better job of getting his hands up after the snap on that. If you've got a play side A gap like that, you need to, you've got to be aware of whether you're covered, uncovered, and what they need to do with your hands. And after the snap, that was a little bit sloppy there.
Second down and 12. Barwick.
Oh, nice.
And he pitches it this time. Gets it out to Ben Goff. And we saw the first half of that play install in the first half. They go to the completion there, and we've got a Rhino down here on the Spartan Raptor sideline.
Might be trying James. And there seems to be a reasonable amount of concern here too. Let's hope it's not anything too serious. But
Not sure what it is based on he hits the ground pretty hard there.
yeah.
So he's got a number of medics out there at the moment. We might be in for another bit of an extended break here.
3 or 4 of them out there.
In any case, the score is 13-12. And I'll take a short break here and try to find out what's happening. Well, Chiam James is up and walking, albeit with a bit of a limp there. We were just talking, myself and Bolts, that it might be the ankle that he's been hobbled with throughout season 2021. Hopefully for his sake, not. Although, what's worse, re-injuring or getting a brand new injury, I'm not certain. So now the Brisbane Rhinos, for the time being, will play Chiam Jamesless. That is Barwick at quarterback, finding his brother, the other Barwick. That is Mitch DeRobbie for a huge completion. At this point for the Rhinos, does it feel like you're playing against 3 different offenses?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it makes it very, very difficult to adjust and you know, structure your play calling. And I like what the Raptors have done here. That whether it was intentional or not, or whether they already dialed it up, but with James obviously going off, new secondary, rotation of safeties, etc., going straight to bringing in the more pass-favourable QB and taking a shot, and he's still in.
Some method to this madness here. Just different quarterbacks. Here's another one. That's Stellan to Goff. I've never seen a football team before that operates with 3 quarterbacks and only 1 running back.
Yeah, as we talked about, I think in the second quarter.
Well, speaking about quarters, that is the end of the third. We are now entering the final quarter of football for one of these 2 teams. So 1 quarter to go, 1 point the difference. 2 points the difference.
I noticed on that last.
I was right. 1 point. My apologies.
1 point.
Should have backed myself. 13-12.
I think it should be 2 points, shouldn't it? Because I kicked the extra point, so it should be 14-12.
Just getting a score update there. It's Rhinos 14, Raptors 12.
And notice that last play, Kenny, and I think we'll see now. Cheyenne James is back out there at safety, although he is not moving quite as fluidly as normal. That will certainly change the play calling scenario here for the Raptors as well.
Still, I would go ahead and say on record that a 70% Cheyenne James is still a pretty damn good.
That's what I'm getting at. The fact he's back on the field, I would not be throwing that ball anywhere near him. That's half the field you don't mess with. I don't know what the discussions are going on out here.
Potentially broken down counter, or a little bit of confusion with the
it's
chain gang with the change of quarters. Someone messed up the maths. Second down and a long 11 here. The quarterback at the moment is Barwick.
Oh.
Under pressure and taken down for a huge sack by the longtime veteran Ryan Glasson.
Oh, that new haircut has definitely made him a lot faster.
Never would have made that in white boots.
Absolutely not. Good pressure here though, up the middle. Very off the edge actually. Wow, sorry. Do take that back.
He's got a fresh haircut, man.
Fresh haircut, extra speed, coming off the edge. The man can do it all. You're right. And if he was in white boots, probably would have been a little bit slower.
Ryan Glasson.
It is third and forever.
He's been in a number of Sun Bowls. Would love to add one more. Both Sun Bowls of junior and senior levels here for the Rhinos. Bad snap, handled. Stellan completes a pass to Tahiga. Tahiga breaks a tackle. Tahiga breaks another, and it's only the third.
Wow.
The hobbled Cheyenne James, who takes him down before he possibly converts, and now he's down again.
And the referee's down as well.
This game continues to produce with surprises. What a bit of play there from Stellan.
Great individual effort here. Breaks one tackle, makes another miss. Cheyenne James does a good job to get him down there, because otherwise that was he was gone. But creates a very manageable fourth down situation now.
Indeed it does. They'll need about 4 here. Considerably less than the amount of yards they got to play a go. The quarterback. Never in a game have I had to identify the quarterback. And every snap, it is Nafoa Gototoa with Ben Goff. And is it a false start?
Well, isn't it interesting to see what they call here?
This is why I couldn't be an official. That looked simultaneous to me.
Then as an O-line coach, I would say that the defense drew that, so I would call it on that. But it's rare that's ever called. Let's be fair. Like usually does get called on the offense. So let's see what they come out with here. Oh, okay. It has been called on the defense.
It's been called on the defense. That will be an automatic first. Nafoa Gototoa now cycling in. A brand new play as this penalty takes them into the Rhinos red zone.
Hey, good play. I mean, great strategic call there. Go the hard count.
And it was a good one as well. Honestly, it sounds like an easy thing to do. Go on 2. Go on 3. But how many false start penalties do we see in a season, Adam Bolton?
Correct. A lot. So it's always good for people running laps on Monday or Tuesday.
3 wide receivers and a tight end out to the right. Ben Goff flanked to the right of Nafoa Gototoa. First down give is to Benjamin Goff, who stumbles his way forward for maybe a gain of 1.
He's done well there to fall forward and get probably a yard or thereabouts. Certainly got cut down, and well, the first contact was definitely in the backfield.
So Ryan Glasson doing double duties right now, starting at defensive edge.
Gee, that's a tough,
as well as center.
That's a tough day.
Kai Lahi, who at the start of the season was more of that edge guy, and he's even in a 2-point stance. Who is this guy?
He's fast.
Tahiga broke 2 tackles last time, can't break 1 this time. Third down upcoming here for the Raptors.
I should loses a yard on that one.
So
So you see Ryan Glasson, trying to see coming off the edge there. It's not a bad bull rush actually. Yeah, look, good defence there by the Rhinos, swarming to that ball and cutting it down, creating a 3rd and 10 situation. Obviously, as we've already noted, have not seen the kicking game for the Raptors today, so this is definitely fall down territory for them, being down by 2 points in the 4th quarter.
What that does allow you to do is you don't have to be trying to convert here on 3rd down. You can aim for half and half.
Correct. It's going to make it more manageable.
You can take the check down if it's available to you.
Yes.
And that is Stellan, avoids the rush, takes it himself. Has
Oh.
got plenty of space in front of him.
Oh, I think he's got that.
He's got the 1st down. The tackle eventually being made there from Jackson Collins.
I think if we watch that one back, Kenny, I think you'll just see here, Ryan Glasson comes off the edge. Great position, just a little bit too quick almost. And that opens up that side of the field for the run, and it now brings up 4th and not much. Now, if I was a betting man, Kenny, and I'm not, of course, but if I were, I'd suggest they go back to the well on that hard count situation. And you tell your own lineman, do not.
Well, here's the other thing we haven't seen from him, a sneak. We haven't seen a whole lot of short yardage situations here for either team, or in particular, the Raptors. You got a quarterback like Nafua Gototoa, get him under center and have a sneak.
Clearly.
Not the case, however, he's still in his pistol. Ben Goff to his left. They'll give it to Goff. No, it's a keeper.
Oh, the pass.
Gets the completion to Tahiga. And Tahiga's hasn't got much, but it's enough.
Hey, good play design there.
And what's scary here for the Brisbane Rhinos, they've got 3 more potential plays here, and that is time ticking off the clock.
Absolutely it is. Time ticking off the clock. You're now only 5 yards out, you've got 4 shots at it, and you've got Big Ben Goff in the backfield as well. So, hey, let's not get too cute here, let's just feed him the rock. Take some time off, get into the end zone, and yeah. Try and book yourself a sunbowl berth.
It's been a very, very long drive.
Oh, that A gap is wide open.
And try to take advantage of it with Ben Goff, and he does take advantage of it. Benjamin Goff has given the Raptors the lead once again.
I don't know what's happened there, Kenny. Obviously, I called it pre-snap that A gap was open. Yeah, and I don't know. Look at that big gap. Ben Goff, just a rumble story.
That is his 2nd touchdown of the day.
To spike that too. No, just give it back. And now going for 2. Yeah, look, why not? I don't think it's really matters at this point.
Well, it gives them the opportunity to go to a tied game.
Yeah, I suppose.
Should the Rhinos score next? Of course, the Rhinos having the advantage of being able to kick PATs.
Yes.
Certainly makes the maths a little less difficult when making these decisions. Speed option out to the left. I'll pitch to Ben Goff and say, hey, what can you do with it? And Ben Goff goes, I will try my best. And whilst the Raptors sideline celebrates,
I thought he was down, but
the important hands, they stay down. And this will remain a 4-point game, 18-14. The Raptors lead this playoff matchup.
Ben Goff's done a great job there just to try and make something out of that. He really was. Got the pitch flat-footed. He didn't have a lot to work with there. But credit to the Rhinos defence there. They've swarmed well there and kept him out.
He almost got that.
Got very close.
At least, you know, at the end of the day for him, as we said, with the Rhinos' ability to kick PATs, it's not the biggest of deals. And you can see Vinny Tupy on the sideline, head coach of the Raptors, really barking out orders and barking out mentality chat to his troops on the sideline.
It's an impressive hat he's got there too, Kenny.
It is. I don't know if we'll be able to get a look at that before the end of the game, but both head coaches wearing very interesting hats today and have throughout the season.
Vinny looks like he's here to kick ass and chew gum. And I think he ran out of gum in the first quarter.
It's a classic. So the Rhinos now, as I will look to try and get a time update.
Oh, short kick.
Fielded here. Is that Wood?
I think so.
Wood trying to desperately find some space. Gets this out past his own 30.
Don't know if that was a designed kick. It certainly looked like it. He led back a long way on it. But yeah, I don't know about that. It certainly helps give the Rhinos a short field to work with. starting on about the 32 by the looks of it. Maybe? Yes.
32-yard line indeed. Needing a touchdown, these field goals. 7-12 this time remaining, so plenty of time on the clock, especially when you only need a go-ahead score, but they do need a touchdown, not a field goal. 58 yards ahead of them here for a go-ahead score. The Rhinos trips left, hand off to Wood. Wood finds a bit of space, falls forward. That's a good gain there on first down.
Almost broke that one as well. Looked dangerous today, but I think this is now with 7 minutes to go. If you back yourself in to get down and get the score, you probably don't want to leave too much time on the clock for the Raptors. So yeah, I'd certainly be using plenty of Wood and the other running backs at this stage to just control the clock a little bit, control the momentum.
Second down now. 4 is the amount of yards needed. Nice completion out there to Max Williams. Max Williams breaks one tackle to add another half a yard, maybe a bit more to that, but it is a first down. Rhinos are on the move.
Yeah, good ball here by Bradford. Had plenty of time. Gets it out very quickly. Makes it very hard to get pressure on him. And then that man, Max Williams, makes the play. I have a feeling we're going to see more of him as this drive continues.
Yeah, couldn't quite keep up the pace that he blistered by the first couple of weeks with. Obviously having your starting quarterback get injured does affect that, but I do look forward to seeing his progress over the next few seasons. First down and 10. Wood doesn't have a whole lot of space, patiently waits for it though. Stiff arms one tackler down and gets ragdolled around the chest over to the Raptor sideline.
He's done well to even get a couple of yards out of that. He was well pinned in here, just very patient with allowing his linemen to fight for position and wash them out a little bit, and then cuts back infield just to grab a couple of yards there. Good finish to that run.
Second down and 8 ahead of the Brisbane Rhinos now. Receivers are all out ready to go. It's this discussion just happening between the offensive line.
Probably going to suggest it might be a run.
And just hang on, I'm just looking at something. Romeo Tenyelu, left guard, who we discussed, being unavailable for this game, as we see a offside here on defense, you'd have to imagine. So first we had Bradford, who by our intelligence was told was an absolute no-go. Then we told Romeo Tenyelu, the left guard, was not to be starting due to a cut across his head that he suffered at work.
Yes.
He's in the game now. The Rhinos are truly
they're throwing everything at it.
Grabbing everything they can here. And
yeah, I spoke to Coach Harkness before the game and said that Romeo was one of the big outs for them because of that reason. And, well,
at this rate, I won't be surprised to see Sam Wallace back in kit. Strongest man in the world, and he's on the sideline.
Official timeout for the water.
Day is getting hot here, and again, neither of these senior teams usually playing with the sun overhead this much. Maybe more accustomed to playing much later in the game, if not night.
I think 2014 Nationals against Queensland versus ACT at Ipswich was the last time at least I was playing in, coaching in, or involved with a game that started this early. I
was having a discussion with Ben Goff about when was the last time we saw a men's game this early, and we thought it would have to be a Sun Devils game.
Yep. Well, I think the same campaign, our WA game was fairly early, but I don't recall exactly, so I don't want to be held accountable to that one by getting it wrong. But yeah, definitely that ACT game at Ipswich, where it was stinking hot and about 300% humidity.
There we go. We were talking about the hats there. We've even got Saxby for the Rhinos rocking a big 10-galloner. There's Sam Harkness with his safari. I think he's about to welcome us to what do you call it, Jurassic Park.
He's a gamekeeper, mate. Keeper of Rhinos.
And maybe later on we'll get Vinny Tupy when he gets out from the disguise of these tents on this near side sideline. Second down. Trying to get him again with a bit of a hard count. Bradford hands off to Wood. Wood's got space, jukes to the outside. Wood breaking a tackle now and still got yards to go. pushing the pile forward now and eventually out of bounds at close to the 10-yard line. First down, Rhinos.
It's a great run by Wood there. Another outstanding individual. And again, it's the same threat that he showed all day in terms of his ability to break tackles and get the ball outside. And again, there it just shows his speed once he gets in open field. He has certainly, even some of those plays earlier, Kenny, we talked about where, you know, he maybe only got down for a couple of yard gain here and there, but it was only because of an individual tackle that stopped him doing exactly what we've seen there and we saw on that first play of the game. He certainly has had a day out today.
I think we have another timeout here, though I did unfortunately miss who was credited to.
Yeah, I didn't catch either, sorry Kenny.
Is that who I think it is in the back? Is that Ian Glasson for the Brisbane Rhinos, father of Ryan?
Could well be.
Ryan was telling me stories of his youth when he was playing both juniors and seniors division. His poor father had to drive, I think, Toowoomba to Gold Coast at one point. Toowoomba for the junior game and then down to the Gold Coast there, so Ryan could play for the seniors as well.
It's always interesting when the draw came out, Kenny, you sort of look to see where certain games. I remember, it must have been 2014 or 2015, one of my last years playing, where Toowoomba and Sunny Coast played the 6:30 game on the Gold Coast. It's like, oh, that's rough.
The joys of making a Gridiron Queensland schedule.
Oh, look, it was, you know, it's always a tough job, so it's never going to be an easy. You're always going to have those scenarios play out, but yeah, I still remember that day going, oh dear, can't they just meet in Brisbane somewhere, have a scratch match?
First down and 10. Another handoff to Wood. Ooh, plenty of Wood on display here for Riley. And I thought he had a bit more than that. They credit him with about 3.5, maybe 4 yards.
Good pursuit here by the Raptors defence. Well on that one. Decent. There's a first contact in the hole, but then the second defender flowing in to clean up. Certainly stopped what was probably going to be another score there.
Bradford assessing the defence. He's got Max Williams here in the right slot. He's the touchdown scorer. Pump fakes left though, pulls it back and eventually throws this ball away under pressure.
Smart. Very smart play there. This is what we talked about before, Kenny, with some of these younger quarterbacks that are in their second and third games and whatever else who try to do too much, like in a situation like that. Bradford's been here before, yep, okay. First option's not there, second option's not there, alright, let's just get it over the sideline and fight to live another day. We haven't turned it over, we haven't taken a sack, we've now got, you know, a third and 7 in what's obviously a 4-down scenario. Hey, we're good.
To Bradford's credit, we speak about him as if he is some grizzled veteran. He's no older than, you know, Riley Dix, who was playing for him. I think they were the same. I think they actually are the same age here. They entered around the same time. But he's a young quarterback himself in this league. Bradford going for Williams.
Oh.
Williams can't bring it in. The pass broken up by Emmanuel Carper.
Great coverage there by Carper. That was well anticipated. Good ball. We did say before we thought we'd see Williams' name mentioned again on this drive. So it's the right read. Just a great individual effort on the coverage there.
First time we've really got to mention Carper's name for action, and the Rhinos have really avoided throwing the ball his way at a ball hawking day.
Yeah, absolutely.
7 days ago, right here.
And now, here we go, 4th down. 4th and about 6.
And also
on about
4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Speed option, Bradford will have to keep it himself. Cuts the ball back in. Has he got enough for the first? Or is it he's got enough for a touchdown? What an inspirational display here from Mitchell Bradford.
What an incredible effort that is. Considering coming in obviously late in this game, as we said, we thought he was out with a toe injury, and then great read, great run there. Finds his way into the end zone on a 4th down to now take back the lead.
What a game we've got here for you, ladies and gentlemen, with that Bradford run-in. The score now 20 points to 18. The Rhinos looking to kick this PAT and make it a 3-point game.
I wouldn't be shocked if we have a trick played here, Kenny.
Low snap, but fielded beautifully there Who's the new replacement holder? Is that Sam Bull? I think it is. That it is. Well done by the holder on that.
He's done well to recover that one.
PAT successful.
I just said we were talking to Chaim James just before that snap. That's why I said that the trick play Kenny. I thought they might have been up to something, but it was clearly just a blocking schematic adjustment.
Yeah, two teams who definitely wanted here after they were trading turnovers in the first half. They're out here trading scores. 21-18 now, with my last update just under 4 minutes, maybe actually 4 minutes on the nose remaining.
Interesting to see what the Raptors do here in terms of personnel, mainly at quarterback. Obviously we've seen a couple of different options out there today. You can see who they run with on this, what could be the final drive.
Oh, they have had a couple of long drives so far. That 4 minute mark, the 4 minute drill, as a lot of coaches call it, it's kind of a beautiful sort of period. They've still got timeouts in hand.
Yep.
To keep running your offense. And
yeah.
Obviously that offense features a whole lot of Ben Goff. Does he touch this? What are they going to have to do?
Has.
He's going to have to return this now. But there's so much space here on this near side sideline. It closes down eventually. Sam Bull can't make the tackle. And Barwick makes something out of nothing. Possibly takes some unnecessary time off the clock though.
Does, but he's done well to get that out of there. That looked like that was trouble. He didn't have a lot to work with. Credit to him.
Wisely picks the ball up there instead of letting it run out the back.
Oh yeah. He breaks that tackle though. So where are we starting from, Kenny? We're at the 21. What looks it? Nope, wrong. 23.
So pretty much a full field here for the Raptors.
And who have we got in at quarterback?
This time at quarterback, we've got Mitch Barwick. And brother Robbie moves to left slot. Now he gets put in motion. They'll pop it to him, and Eliezer Kailahi, who's having a monster of a game here, particularly in this second half, shuts down any chicanery in the backfield.
Sniffed that out very, very well. What's this here? Just gets off his block far, far too quickly. And those sorts of players is a bit of a no lineman nightmare because they do take a while to develop. So you really do have to get great body position, have to hand fight for a bit longer to try and maintain that position. And in that scenario, sniffed out well by the Rhinos.
He has been an absolute force. He's not a small man, but he's certainly not the biggest nose tackle we've seen, but he's using quickness to win these matchups. Is this a keeper?
No, I think it's...
Don't know. Did they just put Ben Goff in at quarterback?
No, I think there was a handoff there. It was a quick snap.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of a counter, I think.
Yeah, counter.
Designed and still well defended. Chaim James, but yes. Coming down, he'll make tackle. I think the ankle might be fine.
No, I agree with that. So 3rd and long here. Definitely 4 down territory.
Last time in this situation, they had quarterback run in the field there was Stellan. This time it's Nafua got to Tola.
Yeah.
He'll be forced backwards. Will throw off his back foot. It takes too much off the pass, and now they've got a 3rd and long here. The Rhinos starting to arc up here. Let's see what sort of exotic blitz packages they've got in display here.
You know what? I'm not sure you do, Kenny. I think you just keep everything in front of you. Defend the sideline. And are they? No, surely not. Are they sending out the punt package?
Well, they probably think there's enough time here now. I'm going to have to try and get an update on how many timeouts there's left. There's 2 minutes 20 on the clock.
Okay.
Don't know about this.
No. Oh,
it was a fake pass. Fake punt pass. Let's not forget.
Oh.
Verbakel has played quarterback before, including this season. They wanted the trick play there, could not complete.
You've got to empty the chamber in these sorts of games. So you certainly won't go down wondering. But yeah, I think
I'm just trying to get a final check on the Spartans timeout, the Raptor Spartans timeouts.
well, we're going to need a massive stop here, or at least hold them to a field goal, and then get the ball back and hurry. I suggest we're going to see plenty of Riley Wood and company on this drive. Run down as much of the clock as you can.
Simply put, they need a 3 and out here. A first down.
Yeah, that ends it.
Ostensibly wins it for the Brisbane Rhinos.
Yep.
First down. They give to Latu Mahina, who's been quiet this second half. That's his first touch. Step 1 for the Raptors achieved.
Brings up second and I don't even know if did he get back to the line there, Kenny? I think he maybe got a small gain there.
Yeah, looks like they've credited him for 1 yard, and that's a 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. So
Okay, so that's
I've got a 2 maybe.
2 maybe. Okay.
So, well, the 2-minute warning helps there. 2 more stops needed here.
See if you're the Rhinos, you just happily run the ball, run the clock.
Well, that's it. It's a battle of execution at this point.
But even here, if you run the clock, don't get it, kick the field goal, puts you up by 6. And then
Phillips having his last chats with his defense. Twitch, as he's commonly known around the league. Second down, 9 yards needed here to send the Brisbane Rhinos back to the Sun Bowl. A defensive stop and a storybook touchdown needed to send the Moreton Bay Raptors and the Sunshine Coast Spartans to their very first men's Sun Bowl appearance. 21-18 the score is. Rhinos in possession with a 3-point lead. Bradford checks at the line. Glasson checking with his center. A protection adjustment. Possibly changing the play. They're pointed right. What does that mean? It's Latu Mahina in the backfield. They're going to throw the football. That's just gifted a timeout to the Spartan Raptors.
I don't know why you do that there. That makes no sense to me, Kenny. Now you got a third and 9 scenario. The clock stopped. I wouldn't be treating this as 2 down territory because you take the field goal, get up by 6, knowing that even if the Raptors score, they haven't kicked, so you still stop them for 2 and send it to overtime.
The Spartan Raptors with wait for the next play here, but this is another incomplete pass. You're going to see me shaking his head. It's a bobble snap. Bradford has to improvise. They will at least get the 3rd down tackle. No penalty markers on the field.
Right.
We have got a 4th down. And even if they aren't, no timeouts.
Offsides, I would suggest.
Oh, I did not see the penalty marker there on the far side. Rhinos sideline.
Yep.
Get out of jail free here card for the Brisbane Rhinos. Doesn't make any changes to the downs. Still will be 3rd down. It'll now be 3rd and 4.
This one's the bobbled snap there, Kenny. So I think you'll see that Ryan Glasson saw the defensive lineman step in the neutral zone and snap the ball early.
Some wise play there from the centre. Splits tightened a little here for the Brisbane Rhinos. Another awkward snap. Bradford throws for the end zone. Incomplete! almost a touchdown.
The old tip drill, Kenny.
A tip drill almost in favor of the Brisbane Rhinos, but instead it's another stopped clock for the team trailing by 3. The Raptors just given lifeline after lifeline here from the Brisbane Rhinos.
It looks like the field goal unit is coming out.
And with that, the Spartans will have one timeout remaining. Nope, check that. 2 timeouts remaining.
Oh, that's not a sign you want to see.
So they didn't even force the Spartans and Raptors to use their final 2 timeouts.
No. You need a block here.
Fenwick yet to kick a field goal today. 2 for 2 on extra points. Sorry, 3 for 3 on extra points. And I think the Spartan Raptors are trying to ice Fenwick, which I'm confused about.
Oh, so am I, Kenny. So am
As I said, he has been yet to make a field goal today. I know he's been successful on PATs. You're going to need those 2 timeouts.
Well, correct. You need the timeouts. The 3 points really makes no difference here. You have shown you're not a kicking team. So if you're going to try and win this, you just have to score a touchdown. So three point difference, 6 point difference. It doesn't make a lot of difference here unless you're not sure your ability to get the 2 to win the game. I think you hold on. Personally, I hold on to the timeout there. Just let them take the attempt. If he gets it, okay. So you still have to score a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a different story. If this is, it's a.
Oh no, correct.
For the go ahead.
If this is the difference between making a 6 point game to a 9 point game, yeah, okay, 100%.
Field goal unit stays out there. Ball to hold, Klassen to snap, and of course, Fenwick's right boot to kick.
This range, Fenwick just put this in the highway, I reckon.
Well and truly in his range. This won't be a test of distance. It'll be nerve and accuracy. The wind has died down. Snap is good, kick is up, kick is through. 6 points is the difference. The Raptors will have over a minute and 1 timeout here to try and make this fairy tale come true for them and both of these clubs. For the Brisbane Rhinos now, they put the game in the hands of their defense. They have a 6 point lead now to defend here in the final minute of the game.
If I was Coach Harkness, I'd be telling Fenwick here just to kick the absolute cover off this, put it out the back of the end zone. Don't give them a chance to return it. Not that there's been a huge amount of threat in the return game from either team today, but I think at this point of the game you'd rather just let them start, give them the 80 yards, 70 yards in our case, to go, as opposed to risking a big return here.
We got 2 experienced safeties back for the Brisbane Rhinos. Chaim James, Tyson Snag, both understand the concept of just not being beaten deep here.
Yeah, correct.
They might give up passes, but they will make it happen in front of them.
Oh, you'll see a very good prevent shell defense. Take away the sideline, take away the deep passes.
I'm just making a change to the score there. It should be.
Oh,
awkward return there.
Thought he fumbled the ball there. Alright, so a long way to go here.
Just making sure our score is correct. The score is Rhinos 24, Raptors 18. One minute, well, prior to that kick, 1 minute 25. One timeout here left for the Moreton Bay Sunshine Coast Combined Club. Trusted to at least handle this play is Stellan. Stellan sacked!
No.
Time ticks on. making a play there. They've saved him all the way to the end. Xavier Savellino, haven't discussed his situation, was a key pass rusher against the Bayside Ravens, the rookie sensation. Came in under an injury cloud. Like Qld, they said, would only use in case of emergency. I guess they deem this an emergency. And he produces immediately.
I don't understand if the clock's running, so they've just given up the sack, and yet we had receivers walking back to the huddle and substitutions going on with the quarterback. I don't understand the lack of urgency here.
Pass long. Chiam James seals it. The
do
Brisbane Rhinos will be going to the Sun Bowl with a date with the Bayside Ravens. We will see a rematch of the 2019 Sun Bowl.
I think we've got... No, maybe not. I thought there might have been a flag down.
Pick six. Add another 6 to the board. Was stopped just short. Almost 2 pick sixes in the game for 23.
Perilously close on that first one. It wasn't for an individual effort from Ben Goff to push him out at the one. But definitely a big game for Chiam James.
And now the Rhinos surely looking to add another 2 points here.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Where is this? Unsportsmanlike conduct. There was a flag on the field, and it is against the Brisbane Rhinos, but it is for unsportsmanlike conduct, probably unnecessary celebration after the pick six. So the score remains the same.
I don't think the Rhino sideline are too concerned about that penalty at this point of things.
Those are some as a head coach. Those are the ones you possibly allow.
Yeah.
And, well, I thought they would try to make this a
same.
14-point game. Again, I guess maybe they think it's academic, all things considered. They'll
Yeah.
get some more kicking practice in. Fenwick is perfect on the day for PATs. Another point on the board. 31 points to 18.
And regardless, I mean, the scoreboard as it is at the moment, or it looks like it's going to finish up, let's assume around this, certainly doesn't indicate how close today's game's been, how exciting it's been, how unpredictable it's been. Certainly for us, it's been one of the more interesting games to try and call.
Well, literally until that pick six, then it was literally who was going to possess the ball and not make a mistake. So still one timeout in tow for the Spartan Raptors, although it is next to impossible for them to grab the lead again from here. It would start with it. Pretty much you'd have to think a kick return touchdown here.
Yeah, they'll take this one the distance. Onside recovery, and then
score.
Probably the Hail Mary or something similar. We can't have very long left at all, and obviously I don't think the Raptors have any timeouts left either, which certainly won't help.
I think they've got the one they.
Okay, yeah, sorry, they may have the one. Yes. Again, probably not. I think the number of points and yards is probably more a concern right now.
Awkward kickoff fielded by Schlatter. No, sorry, Emmanuel Copper is back there. Looking for space.
Speed.
Jukes to the outside, cuts it back inside, has got yardage.
Yeah.
And eventually clapped out of bounds there from Riley Wood laying the wood.
Got credit to Riley Wood there. He did read that very well.
He's playing both running back and on special teams.
Made plenty of plays today. Certainly been one of the instrumental players for the Rhinos today in this outcome. And assuming that it stays as it is, I'm excited to see what he does next weekend.
Indeed. The real question is, does this mean Bradford is set to play against the Bayside Ravens on December 11th? And now it is Barwick completing a pass there to Barwick.
That's a big question. I mean, after that last drive, he didn't just hobble off; he hopped off the field, which is never a good sign. It's something you want to see.
Speaking about hopping off there, Fletcher Patterson jumped off here, and they're about to use their
That's the game.
final, or are we about to see a ball raised? Ladies and gentlemen, all but one game remains as this playoff game comes to a close. The Brisbane Rhinos have booked themselves a meeting with the Bayside Ravens in the 2021 Gridiron Queensland Sun Bowl to take place at East Rugby Union next Saturday, December 11th, 5:30 p.m. A rematch of the 2019 Sun Bowl. Some say one of the best Sun Bowls in recent memory. I tend to agree. A chance at redemption here for the Brisbane Rhinos, led by Sam Harkness, for the Raptors, the Moreton Bay Raptors, and the Sunshine Coast Spartans. At one point looked very close to taking that very same slot, all but for the last fourth quarter heroics of Bradford and company. An amazing season for the combined two clubs, whether next year they return to separate clubs or combine once again. Congratulations for competing here in the playoffs and earning themselves a chance at the Sun Bowl, and commiserations on their 2021 finish. The Brisbane Rhinos are all smiles as they look forward to next week.
Looking forward to next week, Kenny. I think, as I said, the 2019 Sun Bowl was one of the best ones in memory. Absolute nail biter. So looking forward to the rematch. And I think there's some injury questions for both clubs, and but it's a Sun Bowl. You tend to come pretty good on those.
An incredibly eventful playoff game. At times, both teams looking wonderful, others both not so great. However, the Rhinos have come out triumphant here, victors, 31 points to 18 over the Moreton Bay Sunshine Coast Raptors. Kenny Andres, Adam Bolton, thank you for joining us throughout this eventful playoff game and this playoff series between both divisions. Join us next week as we return to Norwood Park, East Rugby Union, the home of the 2008 Sun Bowl, where that was the last time the Brisbane Rhinos competed with the Gold Coast Stingrays, I believe. And if memory serves correct, that's where one Damien Malloy got a famous social media photo on there. We will be returning there for the first time in over 10 years. Join us then. LSB Australia bringing you all the action for yet another Sun Bowl Saturday. Take care. We will see you in a week.